How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream, boys. We got ourselves more duels. I'm popping in here. I'm like, okay, I'm sure the boys are getting their groups together. I didn't realize my chat was just like my chat was that active that quickly. Yeah. So yeah, let me do some quick maths here while we get the duels up and running over on the EU region. Boys, mob beta. I got the mob beta. Whoa, are we good? Should I do anything on mob beta? Is it even worth going? I just looked at my thing and I saw mob beta added. I think it might be worth going on there and just messing around with druids and Bayoses at some point. Yeah. Hi, y'all doing though? Welcome back, boys. Yo, boys, I got 15 Brazil for my keystones. Beautiful. 2400 locked in super early in the season. We killed Galliwigs, baby. Let's go. We killed Galley Mythic, dude. I'm done with this season. My rogue just needs, and we got Galliwigs' maze as an offhand too. Like that thing is like 21,000 damage more just because. I actually got best of slot. I just need a mythic help, and then maybe like a burst heavy, a ring from one or bandit, and then I'm set. I don't need anything else, man. Just honestly a helm, and I'm set because that ring is so versa heavy. I highly doubt we're gonna see another one of those for a while. But how y'all doing? What's up, Shane? How you doing, my man? Yo, let me get some groups going here for them duels in a second here. Let me get the music back up in here too. I like the song to be started off with actually. So let me start with that. I'm also counting because I got asked how many CEs have I gotten so far. So let's do some counting here, boys. Yeah, let's do some counting here. Since Legion and Taurus, right? Then I got what? Old Deer, Battle for the Zoralore, Palace, Nylothos, you're looking at 5, then 8 with Shadowlands, and then 9, 10, 11. So with this being like 12, 13, oh, looks like 13 total so far, in counting. There we go. I gotta ask, like, how many CEs have I gotten overall? I'm like, I'm gonna do count real quick. I'll try to remember how many we've had off the top of my head, but yeah. Oh, it is loud. You guys are right. Anyway, I gotta ask about how many CEs I've gotten, so I was trying to count it up. Let's get the groups up and running, boys. Let's do it, baby. Warband reputation increased to 2,500. Wait, I got Galatia reward warband. Hold on. Wait. No, I don't. Apparently, you gave me like 2,500 Galagio just now. Huh? Galagio, I ran out too. Whatever, man. I'll take it. Alrighty. Yo, is my peanut on? Здорово, мужик, здорово, кобра, как дела, друг? Yo, Гоблин, босс, мы победили на митик. Прекрасно все, прекрасно, хорошо. Call of Duty also wants to join you full, bro? Are you full? I have no idea. Yo, Leo and Plush, boys, let me know when you guys are good or if you need more bodies or what's happening, because I'm trying to figure out what are we doing for duels. I got people asking me, yo, we got spots, are we good, are we full, do we need more, all that? Yeah. Сейчас я покажу мега облик. Хорошо. Require a bit of teamwork, for sure. It's all about finding the right guild IMO. Definitely, it's all about the environment. Your environment and all that. How are we doing, boys? Are we doing games? Are we getting some done? Do you need me to make a group? Can I help with something? Can I craft a PvP item with an embellishment and make it worth more item level than 636? For like PvE content? No. Like the PvP items that you have are limited in the amount of item level that can gain max. You would need to craft an actual item with a spark for PvE content. But you're not going to have the PvP scaling for it, is the problem. We're ready, I think group 2 needs a couple people. We got spots apparently. One group needs more bodies. You could join that one, friend. Why? Because the items that you're crafting for PvE require a spark. Spark is a currency that you get at a limited capacity as you every week, and it kind of is like it's the thing that turns an item good, right? Is the thing that turns an item good, and you need it. But that's the only way to really get a super high item level one. The PvP ones are specifically there for the scaling, but not necessarily for like to be good for PvE. Back in like Dragonflight, you kind of had to take the PvP. The basic look. It means that as a PvPer, you don't need a spark in order to craft your stuff. Okay, you just need the conquest points, honor points, whatever you want. It means you don't need to meddle in PvE content to even just craft a decent item. You can just be good to go in your own field, right? It's easier. It's made literally specifically easier on you as a PvPer, so you don't need to mess with the entire system. Literally. It's literally there for you, for your own sake. But if you do want to make a PvE or PvP item, there's just going to be separate items altogether. Just a whole complete system. You live in your own ecosystem as a PvPer. If you don't like it, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to live in it if you don't want to. It's up to you. Do whatever you freaking want to do. It's really all up to... Ooh, I like them sockets though. Oh my. Oh my, them sockets. Dude, this guy probably pumps. Holy, this guy probably pumps. Look at this dude. He's even got like... Oh, he's gone. Never mind. He used to pump. Alright, farm none of Gilded Crest and PvP craft, weapon of boots, 681. Yeah, you could technically, you can technically farm a bunch of Gilded PvE stuff to make a bunch of PvP gear if you wanted to. Like, you don't necessarily have to. You could just do PvP crafting or whatever, but if you got a PvE and PvP, you might as well, right? Okay, so let me spend a spark and everything else make good PvP and PvE. Or 3 sparks, I don't care. Dude, 3 sparks would be wild work, because getting half a spark is a lot of effort. You get every week half a spark, and then every 2 weeks you get a full spark basically. Because you combine the 2 halves into 1. 3 sparks is expensive. No. You don't want that. So we need to add you if you guys want to. Does Leo... Wait, hold on. Is Johnny... Could Johnny message me? Or who is making the second group? Is it not Johnny? Who is the leader of the second group? Let's get that straight. Or do I need to make a second group? Looks like Blago is or E-Girl for Hire is the lead. Looks like they already have 5. Hold on. Looks like they already have 5. They're good. A mage friend that got declined. They have 5 already, it seems. I am trying to figure it out. E-Girl for Fire. Okay. Can you pass the lead to Blago? And then I'll just queue you guys through Blago. Right? Would that work? E-Girl for Hire. I appreciate you putting a group together. I just need to, or I can just add E-Girl for Hire on Real ID if they want to just be the lead. Like if they want to do the whole group management and all that, I'm fine with that. Let them. Whatever works. So I think pass the lead to Blago, which is either on a Blaggy the Hunter, B-L-A-G-Y, or they are on Ralkfist. They're on a paladin named Ralkfist. So if you want to pass it to Ralkfist, then I can queue Ralkfist or Blago. I can queue whatever works, man. Whatever works. Somebody just left. Are you kidding me? Yo! They got a spot now. They have 1 spot now. No mind. NVM. Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick, friend. And the link is the same as usual, friend. Alrighty. Here we are. I'm on. Okay, that's someone else. Alright, we actually got a group together, boys. Invite spectator match. Blagoto 216 and plush 5 the grand 1 or okay, hold on, let me messed up. 216 and plush 5 the grand 1. Is somebody dead? B-L-A-G-O-T-O. B-L-A-G-O-T-O 216. Yeah, I got that right. Is somebody offline or somebody dead? Somebody's either offline or dead, or they didn't pass some lead. I'm not really sure. Rick Meister's lead. What? No wonder now. No wonder now. Oh my god, dude. Rick Meister and plush 5 the grand 1. Write my name. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Now it works. Now it works, chat. Now it works. Also, chat, yesterday I was having such a really wholesome experience with Guild Galley super early in like 3 pulls. And then we were just chilling. And then I decided to see if I can find a key for a 15 Cinder Brew. It took me a while to find one, but I ended up getting into a 16 Cinder Brew. Into a group with a monk, and I guess some of the other guys in that group, that the monk knew who I was. He was like, yo, Dal. He was like, hello. You have a Twitch, right? I'm like, I think everybody has a Twitch, but I don't actually. It was like, there's a link to your YouTube. I'm like, nah, not really. I don't really use it. We lost a man. All right, Plush needs 1 more, dude. Plush needs 1 more. Plush needs +1 for his team real quick. Yeah, I don't know if I can do 2 spots, man. I can only do whatever spots they have. Plus, let's you group up real quick in LFG, and you guys should be able to find one really quickly. Do that for me, friend, yeah? That'd be wonderful. YouTube just gave me a notification telling me not to forget I'm a moderator for this channel. Really? Gal, do you want to keep the moderator? Do you want to go on? Like, I like keeping you there just so I can see you. It's not even that I want you to moderate anything here, dude. It's pretty nice in here, dude. We got a bunch of nice homies for the most part. You guys are all very kind, and you guys are a bunch of gentlemen. Let me be honest with you. Like, I just want to be able to see you whenever you pop in, man. That's all I want to do. That's all I was there for. I've played in 5 years. I'm in Assassination Rogue for PvP. What advice can you give me getting back into PvP in 2025? Your best stats are going to be Versa Mastery. It doesn't mean you're going to have a little bit slower go with not as much haste, but it's a lot better. Versa Mastery are best stats. You're playing around. There's a couple of different builds. You can either play the Kingsbane with dot damage and poisons, or you can go for more blade sustained damage, which is really good on RPGs. As an Assassination Rogue, I really would consider playing Blitz and AoE damage in RPGs. You can do a ton of bleed damage and cleave everything down. It's a lot of fun. Great starting point, if anything. Like Assassin is really good for AoE damage and a lot of bleed spread pressure damage. It is very, very good for that. So if you're a fan of spreading bleeds, basically being an Affliction Warlock with daggers, Assassin is really good at that right now. It is very strong, and you just basically end up goes with a kidney shot. Otherwise, you just spread bleeds on everybody. Death Mark is a new ability. It used to be Vendetta, which just marked an enemy to take more damage. Now you put a mark on a target, it's a bleed, that doubles up your bleeds of Garrote, your Rupture, your Poisons, all of that. Go? I did say go. Hold on. We'll do a hook. That one really didn't work. But yeah, that's what I would start with. Death Mark is a little different than Vendetta. In some cases, can be better because it doubles up your poisons, doubles up your bleeds. Can be really, really strong altogether. Shiv can empower your bleed damage with the right build. So that can be huge for like putting up big bleeds. Shiving somebody, that's a huge amount of bleeds rolling in. Put some pressure, land a kidney. Outside of that, yeah, Assassin feels a lot more similar than it used to back in the day. So if you haven't played in 5 years, it's going to feel more familiar than Outlaw or Subtlety. Those specs have changed a little bit here and there in some of the core concepts. Assassination is big dot damage, but you can always go for more burst damage if you wanted to. Also, if you're picking up a hero spec, I would start with Fatebound. It's like a coin flipping hero spec, pretty easy. It gives you that Cold Blood, Big Envenom, or Double Envenom windows. It's really fun. I think if you're starting out, focus on bleeds, Fatebound, get involved in RBGs and BGs and BG Blitz. BG Blitz is like solo queue battlegrounds, but like RBGs with solo queue. It's really fun. It's really fun. It'll get you started and just play in the mostly just fight in the middle. You don't really need to play objectives. You can just fight in the middle. It's really fun. Which got ourselves. I is over for the team. 1 is a B. No, oh, isn't that the OG mount? What are the OGs? Or is that the one from the dungeon? I don't even remember. I saw your weapon. I thought it looked like a spear or a sword, but it's a gun. A good-looking gun. We got Eagle for hire. We got this Ralk, Rez, as well as Rick. And it looks like Rez is going to be first up versus Goeris on that Warlock Destro. I'm a big fan of that whole setup for Goeris, dude. Goeris being the goober that he is. Undead, all green, lean, and mean. I love that combo. Trying to go for bolts, but looking for that kick into a Mortal Coil. Gives him a bolt, trinket out for Rezi. Does still eat a bolt to the face. Big port out. As he got himself a little bit of that line of sight. Looking for a big mobility to close the gap. Goeris getting cleaned a little bit. Succubus, you see off of that. Goes in for a bolt. Probably a fear to follow. Immunity as the bolt connects. Wait, did the bolt even do any damage? Or was that just like an immune as it broke? I think it might have conflagrationed before that bolt, which gave him the opportunity to just go for a full bolt. Try to go for what looks like possibly a stun. Look at maybe for a kick. Does not get a kick. It's a one more bolt. Res is super, super low. One more bolt, Shadow Flame. That would just do an instant cast off of that eye beam. Is more than enough. Okay, Whereas did take a decent bit of beating though from the Demon Hunter with Ralkfish charging him. Immediately hit with the slow. Immediately get it whipped around by the Succubus. Reflect up for the Hydra. So perfect. Holding it. Holding it. Holding it. Wants to go for a hide. Seeing that wall. Knows he needs to make a play. Blind to follow up afterwards. Does he have Searing Glare to follow? He does not, by the looks of it. Infernal dropping in Mortal Coil right after. Ralk does burn a trinket fear to make sure he secures a CC. Bubble out for him. Goeris with a port. Does he have another gateway? If you have another gateway, that is going to maybe potentially save you. Otherwise, you need something. Succubus catching Ralk for a second. Chaos Bolt, one fear to follow, but no, you're just dotted. Dotted and rotted. He ain't delivering that one. But Cobra gonna be up next. Cobra did say he's going to have someone go. Dracthier? Cobra is Dracthier now? Cobra the Dragon? Yo, big Bonzo felt immunity to magic damage as Cobra backing himself out of there. Have himself a port ready to go in case he needs to. Ah, dude, I want to see this, man. I want to see this. What's up, Johnny? Are you not playing today? You're joining if I have a spot. If I fell asleep, all good, my guy. All good. Yeah, we can definitely get you in, man. Definitely will have a spot for you. You know how these duels go. We rotate bodies pretty regularly. That's a bolt and a half. Another bolt right after. Dude, he literally just popped a full reset with a lay on hands, and just that bolt puts him back in the danger zone immediately, dude. That's just gesture warlock for you. Reflect up, making sure not to hide himself. Dials the damage for both of them. Mortal Coil, he's just out of options. It's just over. Don't even need a bolt. Was about to send one, decided not to go for it. Ego for higher up deck. Shadow Priest charging in. Trying to see if he can get himself full dots out of Cobra. Does go for the stun, but it looks like a port stun trade with a Shadow Crash around the corner. I don't think he has the Shadow Crash that lets him control where, or lets him target the target. He just has it like where you control for your own position. Big halo to follow, potentially big damage. Are you playing the wait, what is that CC channel to Corbrian? Those void balls just continue to hit him again and again. Are you playing Archon? I haven't seen Archon Priest in a while, but Corbrian's just dead. Is that an Archon Priest? I haven't seen that one in a while here. Holy, Blood's gonna be up next. It's full flagellation, locking down E-Girl in a full kidney shot with a cheap shot right after. Got himself desperate prayer. May need something for this one. Big, oh, Aegis Brock. No, he's got himself that big a miss. The miss rates are real again, boys. Holy, it's gonna be a quick bonding shot on him. Did Ayas turtled? Yeah, Ayas turtled. I think maybe expecting for Plush to just close the gap, try to go for a kidney there. Or something along those lines. I'm not really sure. Blind out on the Ayas. And Plush looking for the reset. The pets are surrounding him, but he's just got himself in the bit of a setup. As long as he got a lockdown onto Ayas, he could potentially turn it around. Turtle, short turtle, or small turtle for Ayas. Reduces some of the damage taken into a pet sack. Got himself a little bit of healing. Spirit Man looks like he's in play. Just to get himself a little bit more recovery. Smoke bomb down for Plush. Ayas trying to see if he close the gap, get some damage in. Actually, Plush is able to use smoke bomb just to evade a good bit of globals out of Ayas. Is able to step, gouge to follow, looking for a reset. Bats is still rushing after you. Botting shot around the corner. You have to position yourself correctly. Botting shot to try to create some line of sight. That's perfect. Ayas could not get line of sight, but Plush is so low. Next kidney shot needs to be the winner. This kidney, no, it's not. No cheat death. You need to still make a play. I think if you have a DFA or any big goes, no, the kill commands go through. No, that is so rough. That is a lot of damage, but it's so rough for either one. Freezing down does not connect. Ayas dotted up completely. Warlock Outstone might be the only thing keeping him alive. Got himself a little bit of the pet wall or a hunter wall, but not a lot to work from there. Rick up next, full Mordecai into Saya. Axtos trading trinkets with a Hodge to follow, and Rick still needs to set himself up a bit of a go. Immunity to magic damage. Rick bails out of that completely. Might be going for a gateway. Physical damage does not get immune though. He can send out more demons, knockdowns. Physical damage does not get immune. Trying to go for a big tyrant. Does not walk close enough to go for a kick. Is kind of far away in order to be able to land anything for Saya with that searing glare. Dust on all the pets with the Wake of Ashes, ripping the soul out of his body to reduce some of the damage done. Saya charging in. He has bubble in case he needs to. May just want to go for a bubble. Full reset for Rick. Full reset for Saya. He's holding on to the bubble as a final bastion of defense. For Rick, it's another fear. He can get Saya low. He just needs to find a way to back up out of this as soon as the bubble comes out. Just trying to spam control him with fears. Hand of freedom to keep him moving. With a Mordecai, bubble out. He's backing up out of there. He just got to live. He just got to survive long enough. That's all he's got to do, survive long enough. Saya is setting up another Wake of Ashes. Trying to go for a fear. I don't know if he's got an Axe Toss or anything. If you got Axe Toss and a fear combos, you might be okay. Blessing a Saint? I think it's over. Yeah, it's over. He just pressured the Warlock. Just asked me the raid. Yo, that is so much damage out of everybody, dude. Out of everybody. Just everybody is popping cooldowns at all times. Turbo boosted gear, man. Got everybody slapping her super hard. Some of you guys are going to be hitting even harder very soon, right? They got rogue buffs, they got warlock buffs, they got chamois buffs. That rest of chamois changes should be pretty massive, hopefully. At least for like PvE and PvP. They're really trying to like crisscross those hero specs, trying to make Totemic better for PvP and Farseer for PvE. I don't know if they'll be effective at it, but like maybe. Alright, let me know when you guys are ready. Again, Rick as well as Plush, let me know when your boys are good to go again. Or we'll just send it. If you guys need more bodies, let me know, or open up the groups yourselves to find more bodies if you know how to do so. But yeah, but if you already know how to do it, more than welcome to just take over. You know, just take the charge. I'm cool with it. Plush, are we ready? Plush is ready. And Rick is, I'm a leader with my name. We're in queue, but no pops. Rick, let me know if you guys are good. If you guys got 5 or if you need more bodies. Let me know all that. Gear does matter, by the way. Gear does matter. I'd say, yeah, I'm 677. Yeah, gear does matter, especially with the turbo boost. I think with the turbo boost, like if you're not have like the, I guess all the pieces got boosted up. You know, even like the basic honor gears at 670 or so, that got boosted up quite a decent bit. I think 671, right? But like getting full conquest or even just like bloody token gear, that's still really good. Second best survivable and outlaw. Technically you can, it is not best. I think it would want to go haste, versatility, and crit. Haste Versa is really good because haste gives you lots of energy. Like about 16% haste is what most people go to within PvP scaling. Versa and then crit, because crit, you do have some crit value, especially if you play Trickster. You could go full mastery, that allows you to play Assassination and Subtlety. It's not best, but it could work okay. It could definitely work okay. I think if you go end up full mastery, you probably would want to play Trickster Outlaw in most cases. Not Fatebound, Trickster for the most part. Because I feel like there's enough, like, I mean, between Killing Spree, between coup de grace, it's enough, like, instances of damage where Mastery could proc quite a lot. And when it procs, it does a lot of damage. What's up, AA? How you doing, my man? Are we good? Rick, are we queuing? Is the group good? Or do you need more bodies? Try to figure out if we need more. We're ready. Beautiful. Yeah, just whisper me and we'll get games going. Yeah, if you're gonna be lead, or if you want, you can pass lead to somebody who's like wants to handle it, all that. I usually just try to, like, the faster you give me a response, the faster we can queue the next game. Yo, ARMS is so much more fun than keys. Dude, ARMS is awesome. If you haven't played ARMS and keys and you've been sitting on it, you've been sitting on a gold mine. ARMS, you just walk in, big, demolish, hit, bam, mortal strike. Oh, sweeping strike, so the mortal strike. Cleave, mortal strike, cleave, or the other way around. Cleave, mortal strike, cleave, mortal. It's so good, dude. It's so hard hitting. It just does big dump damage, but like in the best way possible. It's so good. Yeah, if you haven't played ARMS, it's definitely worth it. They're buffing Fury. I wonder if Fury is going to be good. 76 Mastery, I believe. That's a lot on an Outlaw. How many points of Mastery do you have? Like, if you, the point value, right? The point value specifically, because normally you want to get about like 12% haste, or 12,000 points of haste for like PvE Outlaw. But like, how many do you have point value? At 8 million cleaves. Oh, for Assassin. Oh, still question still stands. The truth, because I don't really know. Like, if you give me a point value, it's a little easier for me to know. Razzie, you're gonna be first out versus Nesmershka. Getting torn up right now. Trinket has been used. Haven't used an immunity. Razzie to the spot right now where they gotta complete the backup out of there fully. Find the rogue, deny the openers again, dropping down sigils, but the rogue just needs to wait, and then you don't have a trinket sap to follow. I think it might be a lights. I think Nesmershka just did you dirty. Absolutely dirty. I'm so sorry, Razzie. I'm so sorry. That is so unfortunate, man. Nothing you can do. Ayaz with a survival, dropping in nades, dropping down traps. Try to, I don't even know if that trap is gonna proc. I think Nesmershka literally has to jump into it for it to proc, maybe. Big secret technique go onto Ayaz, just not giving him a chance to turn people up with that secret technique. Ain't no secret. That technique ain't no secret. Everybody knows how hard that thing hits. Gonna be speared down for Ayaz. Does get this up for a second. Nade's gonna throw in Ayaz. Try to see if he can just back up out of there. Nesmershka going for a bit of that reset. As a rogue does have meld. Does go for normal re-stealth. No dots, no flare, no mark. And Ayaz does catch himself up a bit of a reset. So they're in a good spot right now, actually. Oh, pretty decent spot right now. Nesmershka, however, if only you could somehow, like, when you see the enemy marked, I kind of wish like you could just see them. I know it would be kind of busted if you could, but like, I don't know. I feel like it would be thematically pretty cool, right? Deathstalker marks the target. Now you're able to see him at all times. That would have been busted though, but that would have been definitely some flavor stuff. You know what I mean? Some real flavorful stuff. Shadow step, cheap shot right after. Try to see if he can get himself another setup go. Secret, stun, reverse the secret technique actually into the Nesmershka. I don't even know if those images really did a lot of damage, because while you're stunned, I don't know if because the images do scale off of your damage, but if you're stunned or if the enemy walks away after you use secret technique and they can't quite reach, they don't actually do much. They don't actually do much, so I don't really know if that stun really denied the damage from that or not. Body shot around the corner. I just try to see if you can just pincer down this Nesmershka as the rogue waiting out them global DRs, man. Intro trick to fall off of the cheap shot. Try to see if he can get himself another go. Cheap shot again. Do you have another setup? Because Ayaz got himself another bear joining in. He's playing the full pack leader. He's got the pack mentality. It looks like there's a bleed on you, which is not going to feel good at all. So if Ayaz catches it with a freezing trap around the corner, if you can get more bear procs, dude, that bear slaps. Blind to follow. Nesmershka looking for a reset. Might be able to have another kidney shot go here. No. Trinket to follow. Does go for the kidney. Vanishes just to get himself, I think, cooldowns. I think just in place of dance. I think just in place of dance. He just knew that, you know what? I have a secret technique. Not secret. I have a symbols of death. I have a vanish. I just did a couple of shadow strikes and eviscerates and he's done. He got everything out of him little by little. Igor for life PI. Everything is available. I think that person could get dotted possibly. Just going for a bit of a go is going to be a full fear root right after. Got himself VE, Void Eruption, Void Torrent to follow. Is that going to be the big Void Torrent build? No, he is Archon. He is Archon confirmed. He just needs to get a couple of those channels into the Smirch Kit. He'll be good to go. That was a clock out of the Rogue. Mind Flays? Wait, are you Archon? Oh no, I think you are Archon. Yeah, because you're not using Halo. Yeah, no, you are, because the Halo just swoops back into you. I was thinking for a second, like, wait a second. He popped all cooldowns. I'm not seeing the Flay Sanities. Where are those Flay Sanities? I completely forgot it's part of the whole, what do you call it? The Halo interaction is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. The Halo talent interaction or whatever it is. Yeah. As Igor for hire taking a bit of damage there back to back into a Void Touch. Smirchka, I don't know how you're gonna live this. I don't know how you're gonna live this. Gouge, just goes down. That is so unfortunate. Igor picking up a little bit of flash heals here and there. Cobra gonna be up next. Try to see if he gets himself a go. They're sub, yo. They're buffing him for PvE. I don't know if that buff is happening for PvP as well, but they are buffing him by 5%. They're getting him a little bit more damage. Cobra, Mortical to follow Igor for hire, getting ran out for a second. Fear does connect though. Did have roots as well for a moment. With Infernal dropping in for Igor right now. They do have to get himself a proper setup. Silence, big Halo, bolts are flying out of nowhere. It's going to be a Siphon joining in. Cobra just trying to get some more damage around the pillar. Igor under a ton of pressure. Gotta play Insanities on the Cobra. Every time they're beaming him down, it is a lot of damage. Does have to go for Death Repair, however, together with a, what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Disperse? Yeah, Disperse. Succubus CC for a second. Cobra technically could get a setup. Technically, lots of damage available for Eagle for hire. Does go for a stun. Casmo does not connect. Eagle backing up out of there. Just needs to let the dodge work for a little bit. That's quite a bit of DC damage on the Cobra with a reflector right after. Eagle needs a heal. Oh, it's a lot of damage. Are you alive? How are you alive? Was that the VE or just living on DPs? I think just straight up living on DPs. What is that? What is happening? Holy. As Cobra tried to see if he can get himself out of there for just a quick second. It is going to be a dark pack for a moment. As Ralph is trying to see if he can mosey his way over. Is it going to be enough? There's a question. Is this damage going to be enough? Plan to follow. He's got himself technically everything, but Cobra. Technically, I was thinking Cobra could turn everything around here in just a single cast. Couple of bolts. Double bolt. He also had a Pit Lord join into. So I wonder if there could have been like potentially double bolt, Pit Lord Ruination, bolt. So bolt, ruination, bolt. That probably would have killed him if he just didn't bubble or press on any kind of immunity. That probably would have actually killed him. Nice Shadow, let's go, dude. I love seeing some Shadow Priest, man. They're tough in a 1-on-1 setting, not easy. Blood breaking through the Blessing of Protection. Ralph trying to see if he can immune it, but the physical damage does not hit. But the shadowy clones doing shadow damage do go through. Blind to follow. The punch is dotted. He needs to get himself a next go. No bubble, no bop. Maybe lay on hands at some point, but you can just end it right here. This could be it. Try to go for a cheap shot. Shadow strikes. I think it's over. I think it's over for Alec. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. With Rick Meister trying to see if he can go versus Goeris, Saya, and Plush. He first got to find a way to topple the Rogue really quickly with very little cooldown commitment. And I think afterwards, if he can limit the amount of cooldowns it spends into Plush, then I think he should hopefully be versing Saya. Because then he can send all of his cooldowns straight with Saya while dampening it super high and then potentially have a chance versus Goeris. I think that would be his best lineup. Technically, could go Plush, could go Goeris after, and then Saya for last, but he needs to be even extra careful with his defensive cooldown usage. Blowing any of them too early means he would just not have anything for Saya whatsoever. And I feel like against Saya, Herald of the Sun damage build with a high dampener, that would be brutal. So I think he honestly, ideally for him, we need to verse Saya next. But also limit the amount of damage he can do to Plush, limit the amount of cooldowns he uses versus Plush. Try to keep him with Bay over at the side of the pillar. Axos for a second, sending out Dreadstalkers. That could be huge. Tyrant to follow. That's going to spawn in the greater Dreadstalker on top of it. Plush knows that he's kind of out of options. He needs to end this duel right here, or at least find a way to cripple and hamstring Rick, but it's just over. He just explodes. Is it Pally up next? One of you two gotta go. 1v2, it looks like potentially Goeris. It looks like it is Goeris. This is going to be the rough matchup for Rick. Technically, he could still make it out of here, but he's got to find a way to whittle down Goeris with the minimal cooldown usage to save it for Saya after. Rick is waiting in the arena before duel is over. Rat, is he actually? I mean, what do you mean, like setting up his gate, setting up a port? I mean, I think it's fine for Warlocks to set it up ahead of time. Honestly. Goeris tried to see if he could just tussle with it, drop it down in front around the corner. Rick needs to be extra careful just letting the pets do a lot of the work. Whatever damage he's taking right now is a little much. Dreadstalkers off of those pets and just redirecting them back to Goeris. Actually a good move. Gloomhound using that as a target from all these pets made by Goeris and then redirecting them back to the Warlock. Mortar Coil does not get reflected. It's going to be Mortar Coil tricking out for Rick. She got himself in the Tyrant. That's going to be a lot of damage for Goeris to deal. Rick tried to hold on to that wall as best as possible. Goeris having to burn a wall here really early is going to be a little bit rough for him, but a can't smother around the corner. I think he just surrounded. I don't know if there's a way for him to win this. Yeah, Rick played it so perfectly. Whislows got himself the Chaos Mother as well as the Doom Lords around the corners, pelting him the entire time, slowing him so he can't do much. Saying earlier for Saya. Lots of demons surrounding him. For Rick right now, he just needs to stay away from Saya and let the demons do work. Let demons do this work. Wake of Ashes on the pit lord just to make sure he gets stunned up. That is also some work. And for Rick right there, he just gotta live. I don't know if he's got a port. I don't know if he's got anything. Technically, his pets could still do work. He just tried to see if he could stay from Saya. Saya's out of mobility though. This is perfect for Rick. Staying away from Saya. Oh, if only he had a reflect for that. I don't know if he does. He might. He might for the HUD. Try to go for a fear. Does get juke. Fear to follow. This is gonna give him an opportunity to at least set up some pets and let them eat away at Saya's health bar. That's huge for Rick. He got a Gloomhound, and you could go for a proper Tyrant too. He is going to go for a Tyrant. Into a Dark Pack for a second, knock it Saya back for a moment, let the pets do work. Wake of Ashes stuns a good decent bit of his pet stuff. With the port right after, let the pets do work. Let them do the work. Lay on hands, you got a lot of health bar to burn through versus Saya. Rick has a wall, but not a lot of health to work with. Axe toss, shut up here around the corner, letting those pets continue to just pummel him down. You have another port? No, no. Wall, that's the only thing that's keeping you alive right now. Warlock Hellsuit is available. 2 seconds. 1 second. Warlock Hellsuit is usable. Bubble out for Saya. Does have the gate separating. Does Saya have the mobility to catch up? Saya's got 1 immunity, but that's even bigger army of pets joining in soon. He needs a stun. He needs something. Port right now for Rick. Just staying away. Blessing a sake for Saya. Just to make sure his stuns can't stop him. Morticles could potentially do them in. Trinket in 2 seconds for Rick. He is dotted. Axons for a second. Getting more pets in. Morticle to follow. Do you have enough fear to make sure you can't continue anything? Fear yet again just to keep a chain. Got himself all the pets super far away. Saya with a shield of vengeance, but a Tyrant is in play again. First aid for Rick. He's got a Trinket. He's got a Dark Pack. Stun on all these pets. There's gonna be maybe a port for Rick. He needs a port. Something. Does get the port. He just gotta live long enough. It's just a battle of oh no! He might just go down to the dawn light. He's not it. He just gotta let the pets do work. Is it enough? Axe toss. No! So close! He almost did it too! Just did it a few more seconds. That dawn light, dude. That darn dawn light. Oh man. I can't believe it. Oh my god, boys. I can't believe it. We gotta get another one going, dude. These two need a rematch right now. Oh man, that's so good. Also, I messed up my recording there, so I'm gonna have to do this here real quick. Chat, jump, land, start. Yeah, for some reason my last 3-minute recording thing wasn't showing up, so I couldn't tell if I'm recording or not recording. So I actually turned it off for a second, had to pop it back on. I'll splice it together some way somehow. Bro, that was so crazy clutch. These are the duels that I live for, man. Give him Blade's Edge, and I think that would have been an easy win, potentially. Wake of Ashes by Saya on those pets, actually worth it. Stunning them just to give himself a breather to get on top of the Warlock is the play. Well done. Rebel doesn't change much. All he does not using the sack light bringer for self-heal talents. Yeah. You guys ready? We are ready. And Plush is also ready. Beautiful. We'll send you guys into like I don't know. Send you guys into I don't know what map. Like Toberon. Yeah, let's do Tolveron. I feel like we need to do more Tolverons. It's actually a good map. Saya, you're a monster, man. Actually just unbreakable. Oh man, 7k points of mastery. That's pretty good. 8k, that's a start. Yeah, a lot of people try to get to like 20k if possible, but 8k is a start. It is a solid start, depending on your item level too, right? Because if you just started, got a bit of gear, like a couple pieces of veteran track, adventure track, and you got 8k, that's pretty good. But if you got like actual real gear, really high item level, and you're sitting at like 20k, that's like minimum, but pretty solid. A lot of people are apparently getting to the 23,000, 25,000. Some people are at the 30,000 mark. Crazy. Even with secondary stat DRs too. I'm sure like Beastmaster is the only spec that doesn't want to do that, because you actually get value from crit mastery and haste. But yeah. Alrighty, let's get another one going here, boys. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead if you want to swap warrior. Just let your team know, hey guys, I'm gonna switch around real quickly and then swap. Yeah, more than welcome to, man. Switch. We got ourselves IS over for the team one, ready to go. Beastmaster this time. We got E-Girl back in. We got Ralphus here. We got Rezi. We got Rick. And it looks like the Paladins are going at it immediately. Saya got us on the green helm, the skull helm. Bro, that thing looks so good. Now I want to get it. I just might just splurge and get it. The mount, the whole thing. I wish you could just get the helm by itself, right? Imagine if you could just get the helm for 2 bones, dude. I'd do it. If that was for 2. Wait, what is? Oh, wait. It's got corruptions working. Oh, look at that tentacle. Look at that tentacle go. I didn't realize you had a tentacle. Look at him. He's got a little wriggly worm thing. Oh, Saya's taking damage though. Hold on a second. Ralph got himself a lot of damage. Saya was stunned. Bubble out for Ralph. Potentially bubble out of Saya. Does he go for it? I don't know if he goes for it. Bubble does go for the bubble, so it's actually a bit of a trade. Ralph's bubble's gonna be falling off soon. He knows. He got himself the tentacle. For some reason, I heard a lot of you guys talking about corruptions earlier in the week. You guys said like it wasn't proc in PvP at all, so I was kind of surprised by that. Legitimately surprised by it, but it looks like it is. It looks like it is a chatta. Oh yeah, there it is, dude. There it is, the tentacle. The tentacle. Does it come with a slow? I feel like it has a slow, like a slight slow, like a very slight slow. Not a big one. Immunity to magic damage for Ralph. Try to see if you can turn around versus Saya. Saya just tried to see if you can bunker down. Go for the full Dawn Light self heal, because you can't really hit Ralph Fist anyway. As Ralph got himself a Spell Warden as well as a wall. I think maybe a wall could be delayed a little bit. But Ralph got down a bit on a back foot. Saya, does he have an answer? He actually might go down. Hold on a second. Saya could die. Does get himself immunity. Does Ralph have enough physical damage to break through this? Hold on a second. Normal bubble. Ralph with a stun. Has lay on hands technically, but Saya does take it. Saya, you got way too low there. Way too low. Got himself regenerating immediately with Rez going to be up next. Got himself a bit of damage. Tentacle immediately attaching to him. I'm pretty sure that does come with a slow. Into a glaive thrown into Saya. He's got himself hand of freedom to keep himself moving. Ready to try to see if he can get around the corner. Saya just backing up out of there completely. He just got himself mobility. Technically, Rezi should have even more mobility. But the slow from Saya, I think, can definitely stump him a little. Got himself the fell rush around the corner, fell blade around the corner. Blind with the searing glare. Rezi needs to wait. Just do the bunker, maybe a blur. Actually, blur might not even be that bad move. Just gotta stay next to Saya and just have a go right after. Flying up in the air. Saya looking for cover. Actually, just trying to see if he can take it. Holy shield of vengeance. He got a tentacle spotting there at the same time. Dude, that tentacle. I want to see how much damage it's doing for you. I want to see how much of your overall damage the tentacle is right now. I need to know. I assume everybody's going to be running Gushing Wound like they did back in the day, dude. But that tentacle seems to be doing work. IS does have enough kill commands in order to take him out, though. As a Paladino, unless you can go for the hit and runs and just go for the raw dot damage, it's going to be tough. Big burst out for Leo. IS with the turtle shield. Just trying to see if you can back up out of that. Your pets are just going to get ripped apart, however. So you even got to pull the pet back. Grip them immediately. That's going to be a couple more chunks of Remorseless Winter. Stun ready to go for Leo. Does go for a stun to IS. Riders available. Everything. Oh, it's just over. One more Frost Strike and it's done. Taking him out with Ego for hire. You got us. Let's go, buddy. Leo, this Bershkin plus that you guys got to get through. So Yeah, you guys got quite a bit of work to get through right now. Leo down on cooldowns, but he's got him some mobility. That is one thing that Leo has as an advantage to him, is that mobility, man. That damn mobility. Yo, Saya, can I get a screenshot of your damage with your tentacle, by the way? Or like just your full damage for those duels? I just want to see. I'm interested. If it's 80 good for PvP, because that used to be really good. Rogues, in fact, used to do this really cheesy thing where they would overload themselves on corruption and BFA. And corruptions had like a kiss and a curse mechanic. Like you had, I mean, you got the powers of corruptions, but then you also got like negative debuffs out of it. You would have like this eyeball spawn in to shoot at you. You would have this image spawns in to like run on you and stun you. It did a lot of damage to him. You would have roots, like, or slows rather, that would really slow you down. And if you got really bad corruptions, it did a lot of damage. But rogues would overload themselves, and you would just get one proc a tentacle, garrote and a heal, and that tentacle would solo you up. It was crazy. Oh, wait a second. Leo also got a corruption too. He's got himself the Twilight Dev. Holy! Twilight Dev's apparently not consistent, but very bursty when it procs. Very bursty when it procs. Leo tried to see if he could drop himself down a Death and Decay on the floor. Grip onto E-Girl with the stun right after. Try to see if you might be able to make the name of champ. But silence onto Leo. Fear on the riders. Does get rid of for a second. Breaking that root. E-Girl catching up a lot of healing. Does get himself the Void Orb instead of the Archon. But still getting ripped apart by those Frost Strikes. That is a lot of damage. He's so just anything else to survive. Trying to go for a cast, but it's outside of Leo. So far, Leo holding down the fort. But Rick, it is up to you, man. You don't got Saya to deal with. You got a Death Knight, couple of rogues, and another Warlock. I think you have yourself as good of a situation as it can be to get yourself a go going. Hopefully, you also have corruptions as well. At least like the Void Ritual or something. Full stun onto Rick. Does go for the Dark Pact in order to give himself a little bit more health to work with. Try to go knocking onto Leo. Looking for a cast, but trying not to get interrupted. Leo is still trucking on. Got himself plenty of damage. Ramped up quite a decent bit. Mordecai sent to Leo. Does go for the port. Oh, this set up a gate. We just break out of the grip really quick. Leo just needs something, anything. A kick would help him. Silence very soon is going to be huge. Maybe a grip. Oh, that's a lot of damage out of Rick, though. It is just way too much damage out of Rick. Holy. Oh, actually, Rick switching things up a bit. Last time he was a Diabolus. This time he's going for the Soul build. Yeah. The Soul Harvester build. So you're going to have a lot more dot damage, a lot more sustain. Set it on disc. Cool. I will take a look at it in where is it? Oh, it's actually not that much. It's like a decent bit of damage, but not as much as I thought it would be. Does it come with a slow side I can confirm or deny? Because in PTR it wouldn't really slow things. Oh, it was really bad at slowing things. It wasn't consistently up. Rick getting hit with the back-to-back stuns. Bludge is loading him up full of dots, death mark, and everything is available. Rick just living with a dark back, got himself a wall to continue on. No slow. That is so lame. Actually kind of lame. Otherwise, I think it would have been really good for PvP. Just the passive slow would have been really nuts. Is that actually better than gushing? I think at that point you would just run gushing, right? Just for consistency. Another dot to add to your Dawn Light. Stuns into Plush. Rick is super low in health. Just gotta leave Plush with all those demons back there. Let them do work. Summoning up the big Tyrant. Summoning up the big Dreadhound. Chase it out to Plush. He could potentially Phantomize the Pest just to slow them if he got crippling. Probably should be reducing that, honestly. Probably should be doing that, but I think it's just gonna get torn up. I think it's just over. Yeah, by the time he decided to go for a fan, it was done. Next up, if it's a Smurshka, I don't know if Rick lives this. If it's Colbert, I think maybe it's gonna be tough. Dude, I mean, it does look good. The Core Hound Chimera thing is so green, dude. It's so like Mountain Dew colored. You know what I mean? That hell looks so good though. With the Dractheo horns in particular. Actually, such a good look. Such a good look. The Smurshka, the sub-rogue, is going to be up next. The best Rick can do right now, his pet is behind the pillar. Where's your pet? Goes around. Axe toss. It's time to go. Trinket out for the Smurshka. Rick taking that secret technique. Darkback helping him live it. Mortical right after. No more trinket for the rogue at least. So you don't have to worry about nothing. All you got to do is keep the rogue in combat. Keep him at bay. Keep him with pets. Keep him dotted. Make it harder for him to catch a reset. Shadow Fury. Ooh, Portset as a Shadow Step comes out. Or Shadow Strike comes out. Then it's going to be a Tyrant. Oh, the dog leaps in. Does the bite that breaks your Shadow Meld. That is wild. I've never seen that. Big gate went right after Portset, but he's still not quite on top of him. Slows immediately. Try to see you keep the pets around him with another proc of Demon Doggos. Vanish to follow. Does Rick have another out? Axe toss because he's still dotted. Charhound, he got him on step. Yep, there's an opportunity for the Rogue to finally have a go. Shrink it out for Rick. He has a Warlock. Warlock also does burn it. Board yet again. Evasion out for the Smurshka. Does not have any more outs. Mortar Coil. And Rick, I think, takes it at this point. But it's going to be a hell of a match versus Cobra. Wait, the Smurshka is not out of the game. Hold on a second. He's not out of the duel. He's not done. Axe toss does have the Doom proccing on him. But he's not dead yet. Hold on a second. He ain't dead yet. He's still got blind. He's got blades. You got no outs. Hold on. Can you break past Dark Pact? That'd be insane. He just needs a couple of bigger misses. Just a big... Oh. Did get a huge miss, but it's just not enough. With Cobra charging in immediately. Dropping an Infernal. Rick is given zero chance to respond whatsoever. Reflect. It's over. It is over. It is over. It's over. Oh, it was so rough. Rick picking up 3. Well done, well done. Side doing a ton of damage this round, though. So is Leo. But Rick does try to bring it back for the team, man. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Tie between Gushing Wound and Void Ritual right now. Yeah, I would imagine for PvP you just go for stats. We can remake the group. Yeah, we can if you want to. Yeah, they're asking to see if we just reshuffle. We can reshuffle if you want. Rick asked for that just now. Yeah, we can do a bit of reshuffle if you guys want to. I'm down with it. Yeah, we can do a bit of reshuffle. Let's get some fresh new bodies in here. They'll give the teams plenty of, like, list the groups and let them fill. Don't start inviting people immediately. Just let them fill for a second. They got a few spots open right now for more than one body. I'm gonna let Call of Duty know because he was asking me about it earlier. But yeah. So yeah, we got groups listed. Let them populate, right? Just so you can see who's here. Give them a second. Guys, sign up for the groups. Give them a moment. And then you can start picking them up. Pick up like at least 2 fresh blood that you haven't had tonight in your group. And then you can fill the rest with like people that you already seen. Something like that. You can do what you prefer. I'm going to be trying out a... I need to try on my rogue Twilight Dev in Mythic Plus. I played with Gushing. It was really good for Prague, but I need to try Twilight Dev and Keys. Oh, okay. Okay, so Call of Duty's friend apparently doesn't want to come. He was asking me earlier, like, yo, you got a group, 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 you got a group. I was like, okay, we have 1 spot here, 1 spot there. Okay, now there's no spots. Okay, I'll let you know. And now I'm not know. He's like, my friend doesn't want to come. And it's like, okay. You want to come? It's funny because it's like, hey, can I go? 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 I'll let you know as soon as we have a spot. Hey, we have a spot. I don't want to go. You know what I mean? That used to happen on A actually quite a decent bit. How about stats? Stats is good. Void Ritual is good. It's for a rogue, not really. For rogue, not really. For rogue right now, Echo and Void on paper should be the best, but it's not proccing as consistently as it was in PTR. And it's not proccing as consistently as it used to back in the day. It should be very good, but it's not. It would be the all-rounder that's good for everything. Single target or AoE. But it doesn't accumulate charges nearly as consistently, 1. And 2, it can sometimes start proccing when you have no one near you. At all. Just nobody around you. It just keeps on pulsating. It's unfortunately bad. So you would run Gushing Wound for single target, potentially Twilight Dev and AoE. You could go Gushing Wound and AoE too if you wanted to, just because Twilight Dev can sometimes randomly pull stuff you didn't mean to pull. And it's also, procs are not consistent, but when it procs, it does a lot of damage. So like technically, a lot of rogues right now are trying Twilight Dev. Normally Echo and Void would cover both single target and AoE, but right now you have to go Gushing in raids and Twilight Dev in Mythic Plus. There might be an argument for Twilight Dev in certain raid fights where you have cleave, but yeah. Need 2. Well, Rig got 4. Alright, so we need a couple more bodies over for Team Plus. If you guys want to join in, I'm more than welcome to it. I can see if I can maybe invite somebody else. Oh, hey, hey, Duels tonight? I'll see if Azrael wants to join in, because if I can get Koopa in, then maybe I can get Miko in. Versa Haste Mastery, or Versa Mastery Haste. Wait, is that for Pally in terms of stats, or was that like a question about? Okay, I think actually AA's question might have been to Pally's in the chat, not me. I thought it was like stats as in corrupted stats. People rolling. Okay. Okay. Okay, no, Koopa having internet issues, so not a guarantee. Oh my god. Yo, we need grain, dude. We need the grain in these. Where's my man Grain? Also Leon, he asked me about it a couple of weeks ago. Nanas? Does Nanas join these? NTG? I don't remember if he joins these. Pascal? Yo. Yo. Hey, those? Question mark? Ready? Alright, so Rick is ready. We need one more over 15 plus. If you guys want to join in, the groups are listed under Molten Core. Need an extra body. Biggest Dawn Lights. I want Giga Mastery. Yeah, Mastery would do it. Big Dawn Light. As long as you don't like spend a global, not pressing bubble, then you should be good. Should be good. You know what I mean? Okay. Who else can I invite, man? Ramara? Oh, actually, yeah. Hey, man. Wanna join Duels? Question mark? Because we just need one body. I also need to remember what was Grain's BNet name. Don't remember at all. Oh, you guys got 5? Never mind. We're good. We're Gucci. We're sending it. We're Gucci Spagucci. We're gonna send you guys into the Suez. The Suez Canal. I signed up for a group winner to be accepted. Okay, cool. Neat. Neat. Van da Ba. Dude, I have so much of my Twitter. X, whatever you want to call it. I end up following a lot of Germans, and now majority of my Twitter feels like it's just half the posts at least are all in German. And I don't know how to read German. I don't. I pick up now on a couple of words here and there just because I'm constantly seeing it. But I just can't read half of it. Good thing those translate functions, so at least I know what the hell people are talking about, posting about, but I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. Hey, low haste. That last global bubble kills you. Yeah, dude, for real. For real. So if you go for a higher haste build, I don't blame you. I cannot blame a single pally that goes for a little bit more haste heavy. Yeah, haste is very, very good as a stat. Very good as a stat. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Get you guys up and running here. Aya's over for the team 1. Ready to go as a BM. I don't think he got to play last time, actually. Oh, wait, he did. I think it was very short-lived, but he did get to play. Ego for high. We got Leo. We got us on Rick. We got us on Mace. Ready back in with Cobre. Over the other team, we got Andy. We got us on Saya, Smurshka, and Plush. They've got a melee squad with just like a single caster way in the back. You gotta go flying, huh? In a second? Never mind. Does it auto-dismount you? Or I must have auto-dismounted him. Must have auto-dismounted him. I wanted to see what that mount looks like when it just goes wee, flying across the map. Rick gonna be setting up immediately by the gate, by the boxes into a mortal into Envy, tricking to follow. Envy just used his leap. I don't know if he's gonna charge. Let's look at the Demon Doggers, dude. He's got a couple of them. Couple of Demon Doggers. So Rick got himself that beefy opener with so many vile feeds. Dude, you gotta love that glide as evoker. You gotta love the Gladys Draxier, man. It's so good. Axe tosses, knockdowns back to back. Enemies under a ton of pressure. Does get a spear onto Rick, but he's getting locked down completely. He's just not letting him go anywhere whatsoever. How'd you even walk out of the spear? I thought you got nailed by it. Apparently not. Envy with a bit of a parry, trying to get some damage, actually making a bit of a dent into Rick. Hold on. He's ramping, baby. Just ramp. Oh, he was doing so good. It was rampant, boys. Rampant. Saya immediately dotting up Rick, trying not to give this Warlock an ounce of an out here at all. He's just over for Rick. I think it is lights, man. Mortical ascended. Maybe if he's got himself Nether Ward for a Hodge or something. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Yeah, a couple of hammers and taking him out. Yo, that warrior dude, he was ramping up. He was getting the blade storms going. It was beautiful. Gonna be a full summon for Eagle for a higher. He's gonna be playing a bit of a dodge-based gameplay versus Saya, man. The dots versus dots, the dawn lights versus the shadow voids. Vampiric touches, I guess. Actually, technically. DPs, devouring plagues. Actually, plagues, yeah. The dawn light versus the devouring plague. Use my parry against his pets, dude. You gotta. You literally have to. I think at that point, like, just using it defensively just for the DR is the play. Warlocks are tough, man. As a rogue, I struggle with them all the time. Demonologist specifically. I think Destro, Affy can be a little tough with the dots, though. Like, if you miss a kick on a UA, it's kind of just lights for you. But yeah, the Destro in particular, or Demo in particular, is very tough. Kick onto Eagle for higher. Got himself a VE, but it may not be enough. Oh, just cleave him down. Had a chance for this burst, but I think we're just trying to stay aggressive and let that VE get value, right? Pop in a VE, damage converts into healing. You want to just slam as much damage as possible, but at that point, it just becomes a little rough. Saya tried to see if he cut across hand or freedom stolen, immediately going to be slowed by Mies with a polymorph right after. Got himself a primer versus Saya. As long as you get yourself that flurry, that's going to be a huge shatter combo. Does go for a Nova. Shatters do come through, but it just doesn't really have much to follow up there with like a combos from Meteor combo or anything. Mies actually taking a lot of damage from Saya. Like a ton of damage from Saya. You're going to have to alter the Dawnlight because that's a lot of damage. Saya's just waiting for you. Ready to plant another one on you. Maybe looking for a block here really early, dude. Mies is taking a lot of damage right now. Shifting power. Does have to move them, which is very unfortunate. That's a block. That is a block right there. Saya putting in pressure, man. They got a little, look at the little tentacle. Just keeping Beast company back there. Does have a blink in order to break out of the sun immediately. What's up, RJ? Hit him, my man. Hope you're doing good, my guy. As we get in the we're only just 3 minutes, man. Almost 3 minutes, 30 seconds here. 13% dampening. Poly onto Saya, but dude, that dawn light. Oh, it's over. Just a cascade of just holy. Down onto the mages with Aya's going to be up next. Saya's going to have to play line of sight game here with the Beastmaster Hunter. Because you know the BM Hunter is going to want to just play long game, kill commands around the corner, everything. He's going to have to play it super slow instead. He does go for the stun. C-Ring does not follow up with the C-Ring. Does going to get some dots onto Aya's. Aya's just going to take a lot of damage. Fade for a second. Does go for Baron's Fortitude to give himself a little bit extra health. Does some walls in case he needs to. May need more. Acceleration not doing enough. Knock back on the Saya. Got himself out in the open. This is actually perfect for Aya's right now. Got himself the perfect low line of sight issues for Saya. Laying hands to reset Saya really quickly. Aya's is going to have to use something. Or not. Or not. And Leo with a grip. Saya still has a bubble though. That is the problem. Saya still can just break himself out of it. Does go for the bubble. Leo does go for big burst. Is that big AoE for him? I think it was. I think it actually was. He does have the Twilight Death proc, and it does go for the full stun as Dev just rolling out. Dude, its own thing. Saya takes a huge crit. As Leo just needs to get him on top of Saya really, really quick and try to see if he can get around it. Afraid him for a horse. Just needs one more strike. The Riders, does close the gap with on top of the horse. Frost Strike taking him down. And Leo's now in a really tight spot. Having to go up against double Rogue and a Demo, Dust Warlock is going to be work here. It's going to have to put in some work. I'd be able to break out of a stun, immediately forcing the Rogue to back up out of there. Eyes should at least give you an idea of where the Rogue is. Might be able to stop his go. Does pick up the eyes, but doesn't get quick enough in order to get a break for that sap. Does get the dots on the Rogue into a bit of mobility. Cheap shot. Trinkets out of it. Dropping that Death of the Gate to slow the Rogue down as best as possible. Try to play the long game. He's going to grip him out away from Pillar. And looks like he's going to probably gonna have to go for a big go. Disarm into Leo. He's probably going to just have to have himself a big go. Trying to keep the Rogue out in the open, but not going to be allowed to. Chain of Eyes, that is going to be more going on and just keeping him company back behind the Pillar. At some point, Leo, if he can get over there, next kidney shot is going to be very deadly, though. That is a problem. He doesn't have an out though. That is the problem. That is the issue. Gouge, kidney shot. Yeah, he's gonna have to take the damage, and especially got himself blades and everything. Leo is gonna have to use everything to survive. Death Strikes, try to see if he can be still alive. Death Pact may have to be used. Wait, now the Rogues go evasion down. Rogue does not have a trinket, so if Leo got himself full stun lock combo and everything, versus Nesmershka, he might be okay. They might just have to do it. Has a rogue away from a pillar. Twilight Dev, full stun, everything available. Does get hit with the disarm. No weapon for a second. Get it cleaved down. Nesmershka super low. Hold on a second. Cheat death. Is it enough to gouge last second? Rogue goes down. Does the DK also goes down? No. Holy Saya was 4, man. This guy can't be stopped. I didn't realize he went 4 there, actually. That was wild. So much dot damage, man. It is crazy how much pressure a pilot can put in just without even being on top of you the entire time. Just walks in, stun, wake of ashes, dawn light, let you melt like a candle, and just let you melt, dude. Absolutely insane. Actually crazy. Let me know when you boys are ready. Plush as well as Rake. Plush is ready. Beautiful. We're at 690. Dude, we're about to hit that 700 by tonight, I imagine. They got another hour. Ready? Beautiful. I'll send you guys into a, I don't know, Rook. Had the opportunity to join a 1.5 million gold 1v1 tourney again, and even more big multi-class participating, but declined. They want to deal with the tourney stress again. Yeah, honestly, like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't overdo it. So, like, if it's super stressful, yeah. How do we join King? We got groups listed in LFG. Whenever they got spots open, you just sign up. We're listed today over for the EU region. So if you play on EU, you're more than welcome to. Tomorrow is going to be more EU. More EU. Papa. Palach. Что Palach? Я не знаю, что это слово. Добрый. Как его? Educate me. I don't know how to say it in Russian. Educate me. I don't know what word he just said. I have no idea what that is. I thought it was papach, and I thought like pre-patch, because it kind of sounds similarly. Sorta. That's where my brain went. That is so slow. I don't know what that word is. I have a guess, but I have no idea. Well, Russian ain't what it used to be, man. Alrighty, Twitch. Got ourselves. Let's do team 2. We got ourselves Cobra. Is he gonna get a chance to go first at some point? No, apparently not. It's gonna be Plus instead versus Aya stealth versus stealth marksmanship. I'm interested. I have a class advantage, but it's fun against multi-glads. Yeah, seriously, man. Honestly, it's fun while it's fun, but you feel like overly sweating and it's like really bad on your health. Yeah, I honestly take it easy. Honestly, take it easy. We know you're insane, Atha. We know you're insane in these. Flare down as Plush, almost getting caught out there for a second. For Aya's, sometimes I see Hunter just sending traps everywhere just in case they'll randomly get a guy. He does get a volley down onto Plush though. He's gonna get a black arrow in there. Technical cooldowns are in. Binding shot does not come out. Double tap is available. Plush is gonna get himself bound at some point. And Aya's got himself that line aside dude with a big rapid fire. Blind down. Might have to shrink at the first go by Plush. It's hard to tell, but it is evasion. Oh, he doesn't get caught. Sap instead. Drop down a trap. It is going to be not even a stun in the opener, just a shadow strike. And Ayaz, I think, melted a kidney. Wait, I think Ayaz melted a kidney. That is insane. Ayaz is actually insane. Kidney melds is some work. Does get himself a pet sack for a second. Then still a lot of damage out of Plush. Oh, mad damage. Oh, my God. I honestly thought it was going to be the marksmanship hunter that was going to tear apart Plush, not the other way around. Or the DFA too. That was so disgusting. It was beautiful, Plush. From rogue to rogue, man. That was some great work. With Rick out here, out in the open, not picking up the eyes for Plush. That is going to be at least an opportunity to catch a reset. Oh my God. Rick tried to see if he can get himself the Char Hound, all the pets and join in for a second. Is going to go for a bit of a port. Plus chasing him immediately. He already knew that the guy was going to go for a port. Stun with a knockback behind the pillar. Is going to be vanish out of Plush. Got himself that another extra resetty. Actually, no, he never had to burn the first resetty. Eyes are going to get picked up by Rick though, so he's going to send the pets over Plush. That Tyrant more or less had an idea what Plush was going to be. Yeah, you can't really slow down the pets nearly as easily as you could with the other spec, but maybe some slows. Does go for yet another advantage just to break the reset. Shadow Fury does connect. Oh, that Shadow Fury. I had to guess, right? Left or right, one or the other. More to call into Plus. Kind of out of options, man. Kind of out of options. All he can do is maybe step kidney and try to see if he can have himself a proper go. Rick does not have a trinket. Does go for the port. Smoke bomb down for push. Try to see if he can catch up. Just surrounded by these pets. Chasing after Warlock, but he's just getting chased by all those pets. And I think it's just lights, man. I don't know what else he could do. Doom Lord summoned up in the room. A couple of shuttle bolts from that guy and it's done. Yeah, Rick taking you out. He just literally just let the pets do work on you the entire time. Cobra seeing a big board, big gate out for Rick and just gonna try to see if he can get on top of him as best as possible. Drakthir versus Drakthir, man. He's got both glides, he's got plenty of mobility. Quick, a succubus CC onto Rick gives Cobra an opportunity to at least try to see if he can get himself a lineup. Is gonna be a trinket out of that Axtos. Reflect up for a second. I think, was it Rick reflecting a fear back at himself? Or was that Cobra reflecting? I think it was actually reflected by Cobra. Mortal Coil into Rick, that is a lot of damage. That portal is a ton. Shadow Fury does still keep him there with an Infernal chasing after him. There's going to be mini Infernals dropping in as well. Mortal Coil sent in. Rick tried to go for fear on the main pet. Dresstalkers off of one of the pets to redirect damage back towards Cobra with the Tyrant, everything available. All Rick just got to do is hang out by Cobra, let the pets do work. Axe toss, that's going to be fear to follow. Letting those pets continue to savage and tear apart Cobra. Trying to go for a bolt, will not be able to get the line of sight whatsoever. Cobra is just stuck back there. It's going to clawed and bitten by these pets. Attack from all directions with a Doom Lord trying to set up for a couple of bolts too. And Rick just trying to see if he can go for yet another gateway. Does Cobra have a gateway set up of his own? He does, but not in the same spot. Try to see if he can get that angle. He got just enough health to keep it going here. Succubus catching Rick out in the open, which is huge. Trick it out right after. Does himself the axe toss to stop Cobra, but also to interrupt him. Got himself a couple more casts with more demons joined in. Just a big old Doom Bolt Demon Bolt as he gets knocked back. But they have been charging out next on a beautiful, beautiful mound. Try to see if you can get over there. Rick does not have a trinket, so if you can lock him down with an axe toss and everything, I feel like as long as you... Oh, axe toss. Spear, yeah, spear or bastion, that could be huge. Trinkets out. Spear, I'm pretty sure connects, right? Yeah, connects. You can't port it. You can only gateway it. Can only gateway out of it. Have it to stand in there, parry up for Envy just to keep himself going. Wall out for Rick just to bunker down as much as possible. Pitlord joins in. That is a ton of damage right now. Axe toss. I think for Envy it's light. Does get himself rallying. Maybe a fear on the pets. Staying on top of Rick. He's got himself the gate in case he needs to. He just tried to see you stay away from you. Fear on the pets. I think you have to fear the pets. You have to fear the pets. No, I think it's over. Oh, a couple more hits from those fell bolts out of this imps. Rick starting the first aid as the other guy is not even out ski. That is some play. With Rick getting hit with a gouge. Saya and the Smurshka, the only two waiting for him to the bitter end. Cloak shot is for the Smurshka real early. I think they're trying to avoid a Mortal Coil from Rick. Does have a Warlock Hellstone. May need to use it. No more trick it out for the Smurshka. This could be huge for Rick. He's kind of just gotta whittle down the Smurshka with fears and pets. That's all he can do right now. And just goes for ports. Gonna be a step. Do you have a port? That is a step. I don't know if you got a gateway or anything. Might just have to get it out of here. Do you have anything to follow up? Does go for the gate. There's gonna be the soul out of the rogue, ripped out of his body, reducing some of his damage quite a decent bit. You have another port. Axe toss trades with the kidney. That can be kind of massive. That helps a little bit. Mortal Coil on top of it could also be massive. Does go for the port instead before the rogue sets up a eviscerate. Got himself step maybe? Trying to. Vanish, but I think he's still dotted, right? Is he dotted? Charhound is in play. Has the eye. So you should be able to see him. Does go for the stab. The pets are still in. If you could axe toss his go, that would also be massive. Mortal Coil trinket. That is a trinket for Rick though. As he got Dreadstalkers in and everything. With the Pit Lord or after. Oh, the Smurshka. This is going to be rough, dude. With the Pit Lord, with the Tyrant, everything up. Rick just got to live. And Sai's last one left. I don't know how you're going to make it out of here, Rick. You got to bail the hell out of Dodge. That's all you can do. Big port. I don't know if you can gateway. I think already gatewayed or no. I don't know if he has. I have no idea. Does go for the big Warlock Hellstone together with a Dark Pact. Searing Glare can rip the soul out of Saya's body to reduce some of the damage. Does go for the big gateway. Saya got himself the Spell Ward. Oh, no, Spell Ward. And Blessing of Saint to reduce any CC that he will take. That is a lot of pets though surrounding him, blind on the pets. The control on the pets is actually huge, immunity to magic damage. But these pets can still axe toss you and do some physical damage to you. Ray is getting cleaved down by the wake though. Does have himself a port, Dawnlight on him. Needs another Warlock Hellstone. He needs to get a Warlock Hellstone go. Bubble up for Saya. He doesn't want to give Rick even a chance to win. Rick has held his own for so long, but Saya rotated one immune into the next to make sure the Warlock does not get even the slightest chance. It's just wild to me. Just actually wild. Me's giving Saya a bit of a breather here too. Giving him a chance to recover what all cool he's got. He's got lay on hands. And we get into the higher dampening. So really, right now, this is an opportunity for somebody in Team 1 to possibly get himself a win. Stun onto Mies, does blink out of it. Try to see if he can just get himself in line of sight of Saya. That is going to be the technical spot and doing some damage to Mies. Not the most, but some. Try to go for a stunner. No trinket. Full burst. Does not have line of sight. Hold on a second. Oh, that is unfortunate. The shatter combos were not maxed out whatsoever. But I think that Frost Bomb almost enough to take down Saya. He's going to have to go for a block as the pet continuing to barrel down damage into Saya with a jet stream. Mies needs wait out and maybe go for a big breath. Wait, stars? Mies, I think, is stars, dude. Hold on, I think Mies is playing stars. Are you playing stars? Hold on, if he is stars, that'll be some crazy. How much damage does that do? Apparently for Frost Mages, that is the best single target corruption, though. Apparently. Like, they would normally go for, like, stats, but apparently they kind of one stat breakpoints. The Saya, I think, is done. Maybe. Hold on. Wait. Saya? Saya? Saya wins that? Are you kidding me? How are you alive? Huh? Bad Man is going to be up next, sending in AoE at Saya immediately. Does get hit with a stun. Does have a human ratio to break out of it, though. It's going to be a blind right after. Hold on a second. Wow. Bad Mana. I love your set, by the way. It looks so good. Unfortunately, though, DC'd. Saya is giving him just a chance to come back, but he's just going for first aid while that's happening. I'm kind of okay with Saya just going first aid. Yeah, if you just want to heal up Saya, because it's basically a reset, right? We'll give him a second. Giving a chance, man. Giving this guy a chance. I like that set. It looks so good, dude. What chat? What shoulders are those? It look great. It's got to be like the elite version of one of the sets, right? Gotta be. It's a RAS set, pretty sure, right? Give it back. Okay, cool. We come back. Alrighty. Sounds good. He altered DC. Oh, okay. Yeah, alter, dude. Blizzard, can you fix that? We still get mind control. Oh, he's gone. Okay, I think it might just have to be Leo versus Saya. Oh. Or I'll DC? Okay, did everybody DC? Hold on. Did Saya hit him so hard that it just sent an aftershock of DC through everybody? Even I DC just now, dude. What? Saya? You want to explain yourself? What is this, dude? Why are we getting, like, what's new? Wait, he's back. Batman is back. Okay. We'll just let him play it out. That's fine. It's fine. Fine, maybe does go for the stun. That's gonna be. I can only control the camera like this, dude. So you guys are just gonna have to bear with me. Bad Mana. I don't know if he's got an ultra or anything. Does have an ultra, or at least a way to reposition. Kind of low on health. Maybe looking for a block here. Does go for the block. Saya getting hit with that frozen bomb. Is it gonna be enough for you to live though? Kind of low on health. Oh, does hammer down Bad Mana though. With Leo being last one left. Oh, this is gonna be rough, man. Are you gonna give him proper honor duel here? At least you can give him like a first aid, yeah. I think it's about all you can, dude. It's a first aid. Look at that thing, dude. Look at that mount. You gotta. I feel like that mouth chittering thing it does. I think it adds to like the scare factor of that mount because it's horrifying looking. It's actually kind of just a horrendous monstrosity, to be honest. Saya, where are you? This is the worst part about this cam is I lose track of people so easily, dude. Especially if you have an arcane mage blinking around, I can't just like be tracking them. I just have to like track the guy that they're fighting against or something. That's all I can do. I hate this camera. It breaks and I just can't really get it to like snap to people for a while. So I just have to do like control it with my hand. Handmade for a little bit. It's going to be grips out for Saya. Try to keep him out the open. Grip yet again. Stun right after. Full remorse. Saya, do you have an immunity? That's the only thing that's going to keep you alive here. Unless he can break away. Does get himself lay on hands. Does have a little bit of help to work with. Though Leo still has a lot of damage with his riders, man. That's still a lot of damage with Frost Strikes. Bubble is available. Leo, I don't know if you have anything left whatsoever. You need AMS, you need AMC, you need Jesus. Does have AMS with a death pact. Hold on a second. He might just be able to bring it home. Does he get to one more grip, one more movement? Needs something, anything. He's just gonna die to the Dawnlight with a hammer to finish him off, though. Saya does it. I'm taking it. Holy dude, Saya, after Rick went for a clean run, Saya brings it back. Bro, between Rick and Saya, I mean, that's just wild. Whoa, how much damage was that Rick, dude? That was a lot. That was a lot, man. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Plush and Rick, let me know when you boys are ready. Can ban demons got way too broken trains to dueling law, or at least ban the ports. I don't think we can ban ports or ban demonology. Banning an entire spec, banning tanks, reasonable. Banning an entire spec that's like tuned for PvP, that's not a tank spec. Look, I wouldn't know how to be able to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know how to be able to do that. Need one? Okay, Plush, open up your group. He needs one more. Plush needs another moss. If you guys want to join us, group is available. Get in here, boys. Get a boom in here. Oh, true. We were gonna get Call of Duty in, but Drudy said he wanted to join with a friend, but their friend doesn't want to play, so I guess we don't get Drudy. But we're gonna get a boomkin. Not anymore though. But yeah, we got a spot open if you guys want to join in. More than welcome to. If you got friends who want to invite, more than welcome to as well. Oh, we're ready. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. I'm gonna need to retype the thing. There we go. Getter match. Rick, Miser, and Plush 5. I'm gonna send you guys. Tiger's Peak. Tiger's Peak. It is. There we go. Wonderful. Beautiful. Wonderful and beautiful. Let's go one of these. Did I save it? I don't know if I did. There we go. Beautiful. 35 Reds Legacy. Yep, under multi-core normally. We would normally put it under like custom PvP, but the problem with custom PvP is you can't do cross-faction groups. Or you can't list the group as a cross-faction. Like you'll put them up, and if you're Horde, you see the Horde. If you're Alliance, you see the Alliance group, but you won't see like cross-faction. So we just do it under molten core because like it's a good place to be in the Twitch. Everybody can see it, everybody can join it. Right, it's really out of the way. They're really just gonna add like ability for you to do a checkbox and make a custom PvP cross-faction group. That'll be set. Whoa, what did I just do? Holy, what is my camera doing? For some reason it started like moving on its own. I don't even know how I did that. Oh, that's how I did it. Okay, cool. Apparently I'm figuring out now. Wait! We do have a boomkin. RJ was like, yo, we need a boomy in here. And I think here's the boomy. There it is, man. They immediately dropping down dodge, dropping out damage. Tom, you gotta drop the hammer over onto Leo, dude. Beaming him down with stars. And wait, Leo's just melting actually. Hold on, Leo's actually melting. Every single one of the stars kind of hurts. That'd be awesome if RJ, by the way, played stars as a corruption as well. Because then it's like you're dropping stars while dropping stars. What is that random moonfire? What is that? It's like moonfire through the wall or something, isn't it? Does go for a full root. Keeping the guy at bay. Try to go for a quick wrath into a bash right after IBF out for Leo as RJ got himself full stun, but a bear from his active silence to follow. Try to see if he can survive this. That's a lot of damage. Heart of the Wild is going to use. Just got himself lots of healing. Grip, get a grip, and he leaped away from the grip. Holy! Does he have any more damage though? Got himself a couple of wraths. Getting interrupted on nature. Can go bear form to get himself a bit more healing. Trying to go for a knock. Does not quite connect. Super low in health. Does get going back in. I'm having a hard time keeping up with him. Does he get another leap? Trying to see if he can bust himself out of here. Big mobility. Trying to go for a regrowth or two. Big Twilight Death cleaving right through him. Slows out for Leo. Just needs one more grip and he might just take it. Looking for go for a clone. Does get interrupted. Bear form is available. Got himself at least the ability to power shift another clone to follow. Unless Leo could pre-MS it, there's nothing you can do about it. Those regrowth's barely helping you right now, though. Another wild... Oh! Another Cyclone. You got another one? Silence bear form immediately. You just have to play around with that silence when that's as best as you can. Grip will cycle going to be in, but a silence with a root gives RJ opportunity to at least get some damage in. Got himself a big setup. Grip right after. Twilight Death to follow. Big bash on the Leo. Holy! Give this man an auto duel. Right now, give this man an auto duel. We don't see boomkins in these duels that often. Rick better give this man a chance here. Oh, RJ, you better catch up. Wait, Rick playing Affliction? No, Destro. Rick is playing Destro. I saw him putting up a dot which looked like a corruption. It's not a corruption. As he goes in full demon form, dude, they switch up. Oh, I think 4RJ is done. Oh, that's unfortunate. I want to see Boomy play. No, I want to see a Boomy play. Technically, there's no rule that says you have to let the other person get a proper auto done. Look at that malevolent dragon, by the way. It looks so sick. It looks so good. Mortal but doesn't connect. Cloak of Shadows out for plush as he got all these demons on. And big DFA. Rick having to go for Warlock Healthstone immediately to recover. But even then, his health is immediately under pressure as soon as he chomps down on the Warlock cookie. Wall up. Just trying to see if that might be enough to do that and ending. But I think it might just keep him ending, though. Plush just continued to carve him up, just slicing the boy down. Mortal does connect. I don't know if Rick can do much. Trick it out and vanish out for Plush. It's a global or two. I think it's over. Yep, it's over. What is that damage? Dude, sub-rogue, when you got all the damage rolling in, it's just nutty. That is a lot. Bad mana? No, not bad mana. It's going to be Mies instead. Trying to see if he can get himself a blizzard going. S Plush trying to see if he can get himself as much of distance away from Mies as possible. I think he more or less knows where the rogue is at. He's walking straight at him. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he knows. You see him shifting around. I think he's just trying to see if he can jump up, get himself a little bit of that flurry. Blizzard around the corner is definitely going to slow him down quite a decent bit. Smoke bomb. Looking for the reset without a vanish. But another blizzard. Jumping. Flurries do connect. Yeah, the jump flurry, dude. It's just weird. I feel like sometimes like the chain, the metal chain is like technically something you can stand on, but I don't think it's actual line of sight. Every time I keep thinking about it, it's like I always think it's a mini wall. Mies is playing the stars, man. Just gotta get more stars procced or plushed. And Plush might be in a bit of a rough spot, though. Try to see if you can keep him in place the best possible. Ray of Frost slowed him down. Big Shatters does get a couple of good crits. Frozen Bomb, Frozen Orb, everything. Root. Oh, cheat death out of Plush, though. Get the shot. I think he's expecting a blink out of Mies. One final go for Plush. Oh, Trinket? I think he just wanted to make sure he doesn't die, so he decided to go for a Trinket before Visceroid goes through. Or DFA, or whatever he got. Whatever the rogue might be able to throw at him. Colbre is going to be up next, though. Mies immediately hit him with a Frozen Orb with a Flurry as he goes in for a bit of that resetting. 6 mil DFA on the Warlock on Colbre. Oh my goodness. No, Rick. It was on Rick, not Colbre. It was on Rick. That is that is a lot, man. That's like actually 60% of your health in a global. Warlocks have a little more health, but like if we used in 10 million as like a barometer right now for fully geared PvPer, about 60% or so. That's pretty good. That's very, very good. As it's going to be Mies dropping in Frozen Orb together with Blizzard. Colbre with a bit of that Reflect. Mies just trying to see if he can poke around and get a bit of pot shot damage on him, but those portals are going to be doing exactly the same thing together with a Succubus pulling you behind the pillar. Try to go Bonds of Fell, doesn't really quite connect. Mies with an Infernal around the other side of the corner, just kind of in a weird spot, still getting those procs onto Colbre with those stars. I am surprised he's not connecting with pets, but rather hitting Colbre pretty consistently with that star. Like, fairly consistently. Dropping down a freeze onto both of these pets. Succubus catching them for a second. All Colbre needs is just a big bolt. Poly to follow. Trinkets out of it. Just a couple of insta-casts. Almost getting that Shadow Flame to take him out. Almost. Just Incinerate will do it too. He gets a big proc one. Here. Yeah. Mortal right after. Ruination. Ooh, wait. Yeah, I think with that pet does a lot of damage, but it wasn't enough. He did shield himself last second. Trying to go for a stun. Hold on. Mies starting to see if he can himself a proper go. Frostfire Bolts. Does go for a bit of a reset. Colbre just popping Dark Pact and takes 0 damage out of the combo. I was honestly thinking it was going to be a little bit heavy of a burst. Apparently not. The Colbre with a bolt. Immediately reset him. Flashbang next. Are we doing Flashbang next, Tucker Pounder? Are we punishing our EU homies with a flashbang for no reason? Come on, man. It's late at night where they are. They don't need a bright-ass map. They don't need it. They don't put that map in the solo, I'm pretty sure. You know the one they do put in, though? The Shadowlands one. The other one. It's like Zerath Mortis one, though. That one is also fairly bright. Yeah, you promised last week? Oh, we actually did? Okay. We'll do 1 round of flashbang. Maybe like... Yeah, maybe for the next one. Yeah, F it. Let's just do it. Mies trying to see if he can get away from Colbre, but it's just, I mean, it's just a matter of time until it catches you, gets a pit lord up in your face, and it's just over. Ayas with a bit of the volley, but doesn't quite connect. You hit Cobra behind the pillar, trying to get himself an angle though. Does get himself full cooldowns, but Cobra with a Dark Pact is going to get himself stunned up. Just because he can follow up on Mortal with a second EC, and while he's got a Dark Pact wall on top of it, he can't really be interrupted or anything. Fear to follow. Aya's trying to see if he can get away from it. Does go for the silence on Cobra. Looks like silence still hits the wall too. Interesting. I thought it means it for silence. Maybe I'm wrong on that one though. Actually, I'm probably wrong. But Cobra just kind of letting those demons from Diablos do their own work, man. Just letting that Overlord crash in. Just in the Chaos Mother or two around the corner. And he'll be golden. Just needs a couple more of those. Freezing Trap does get himself a second BCC. Has him in a pretty good spot to at least get a prop. I think it's just over. Oh, just bold, just slamming him against that wall, against the tiger statue. Turtle immediately with a heal. Does get himself a short CC to Cobra. Yet another Mortal bolt. It's just done. Faint? Fainted. Fainted it. He does have double tap. That feint is what really helped him a ton. Freezing Trap, but doesn't go in. I think he's going for the camo, right? Yeah, I think he's going to go for a camo. Succubus, I think, connected with an auto. I feel like somehow, some way, actually did get an auto from a distance though. Although I think it's a lash ability. I don't think it actually is a melee ability. I think it actually has like a slight bit of range. Like a very, very slight. Enough where it's like, okay, definitely not a melee. But that last ball, dude, that has to be it, right? Oh! Camo? I was going to say, there's no way you camoed that. Rapid Fire just needs a little more, but it's just Shadow Flame away, man. One Shadow Flame away. Rain of Fire, I think, will kill them too. Bad Man are going to be up next. Last one over for the team one versus Cobra charging in. It's going to be a bit of a breath. Oh, and the Tempest. That's actually the best move. Just a breath and just let it sit. Trying to go for a freeze. Does not quite connect. He's not quite in. Frozen actually rooted. Does have a port to break out of that stun. Bad Man are trying to get himself around the corner, but it's just not going to be able to connect. He's going to be able to go for a bit of reversal with that blink, but Succubus catches you out in the open. Cobra sending up potentially some damage. Incinerate 1, Incinerate 2. Got himself a Havoc or a Mayhem proc off of that bed. So at least some resources. Portal to portal. Batman is going to take a little bit of damage behind the pillar, but for Cobra, that's a reset. You got Mortal Call coming up. He's got Infernal coming up. 40 seconds on a wall. Batman is just taking damage behind the pillar. There's going to be a Succubus constantly chasing after him. Does go for a Freezing Trap or Ring of Frost. Cobra actually using the Drake racial just to glide behind the pillar to escape the poly. And is going to be dropping down Infernal Breath right after. Succubus could catch you. Does catch you. Not close enough to stun Cobra though. Stuns one of the pets, but not him. Mortal Call right after. And with a bolt, I think it seals the deal. Unless you go for a block. Does reverse it to get a little bit of health. Needs to block it. Cobra with another Tempest. I mean, it's just there's nothing you could do in this situation. Recovery of mana or health is also very, very short because of 54% dampening. Catches in a Fury. It is lights, dude. It is lights. Oh my god. Cobra picking up 3. Well done, well done. Let's get us another going, boys. Yeah, let's do the flashbang. Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get that map in. What's it called? Elysium? Is it called Elysium Crucible? Or something along those lines? I need the name for it, chat. What is the map called? I need to know. What messaged me just now? Is it Rick or is it Plush? Plush says ready. Okay, waiting on Rick. And also somebody needs to let me know what that Kyrian map is. Real quick here, boys. Yeah, somebody have the name for it? Because I just need like the actual name and it could just happen a part of the name. And then I can queue you guys in. So find that for me while I answer a message here real quick. While I'm also waiting for Rick here for a second. Go crazy. Do we find the name? Empyrean. That's what the one. That's what it is. Rick, let me know if you're ready. Question art. I'll find out from Rick if you're good, and then we'll go. Thank you though. Domain is actually easier. I was gonna say Elysian, but no. Never mind. What did Romaro say? Romaro gonna join if you got a spot.
Go crazy.
Last spot. Wait, Rick needs a body, right? They got one. Hold on. They got one. Can I do a guide on how to clear the 5 mask? Actually, no, because it's about to be really easy. We got a spot. Are you guys listed? Is the question. Okay, cool. Let me see if you're listed. They are listed in LFG. In LFG under Molten Core. Okay, we got a body. We got a body for your rig. They're joining in a second here. We got a group, boys. We gotta wait for Romaro. I think he's gonna be on a Paladino. So he's joining a Pala. So look out for a Paladino. He'll join you hopefully in a second here. There we go. Beautiful. We got a group. I'm gonna do him so dirty with it. Wait. Wait, who? Oh, okay, I see what he means. Okay, now we're good. Flashbang it is, baby. Pinto is the rarest and the best mount of WoW GG. Is it actually? There's no shot Pinto is the rarest. Wait, I'm pretty sure the rarest is going to be like the Black Raj battle tank or like the blue one maybe. Right? Only a handful of people have one of those two. Technically the rarest is the one that's unreleased. You know what I mean? Whatever mount that is unreleased. Here we go. Beautiful. So it's back to Tiger. I think it's actually not the rarest. I think it's probably one of the harder ones to get, but may not be the rarest. There's probably some mount that has been removed from the game that's even more rare. Because there's still trading cards for Spectral and Circulation in places. So you can still technically get one, it's just kind of expensive. You know, and you could get scammed. So, yeah. Let's get going, boys. Which? Having to do it to you. Wait! What is his name, bro? I Fist. At least he's a giver, you know what I mean? We got Leo, we got us Romaro, we got Rick, we got us Mies, and Mies gonna be first up versus Ambi charging in. Got Silver of the stars flying down. It's gonna be Spear, but doesn't quite connect with Mies. The thing is about Spear too is when you pin a mage with a Spear, they can't go nowhere, dude. They kind of stuck. Best they can do is try to CC ya. That's about all they can do in that situation. Envy is just trying to see if you can potentially just wait it out a little bit. Maybe a leap around the corner. Leap. Connects with a stun. Trinket from Mies. Trinket to follow. Blaze Storm. You might want to Blaze Storm. No, Mies is actually going to back up out of there. Envy's also backing up out of there. I thought Envy was just going to stay in. This was an opportunity to finally get up close and personal. But Mies can now just keep you at bay with the blizzards. Making sure you don't get any second wind healing whatsoever. Orb around the corner, so you just constantly getting pelted and pressured. Yeah, I think at that point, maybe Blaze Storm and staying in might have been the play. Unless you don't have Blaze Storm. Might have been playing a Ray of Frost, but it's so much damage. I think it just lights. Warlock Hellstone? Bob Stone, maybe parry. I don't really know what else he can do. Does he have a leap? Dude, being a warrior, look at that. He got all his mobility used up. Final mobility, breath. Every time you use mobility, it just gets CC'd. It's so rough, man. It's not easy. It is not easy. With Sai gonna be up next. Him versus Mies playing against each other plenty of times. Mies catching him in a quick volley. Trying to make sure he's got himself a good angle. As long as you get the big shadow combos, you might be okay. Definitely gonna spell seal that hand of freedom as soon as you see it. Trying to go for a poly, there's gonna be a stun. Sorry, waiting for him for a blink immediately. Bad mages. Dude, for a warrior, a mage is the roughest competition. It's actually the toughest matchup. Even Kragar, dude. Kragar is a monster. Grain also. Monster or warrior, both of them struggle with mages. Literally, it's literally not you, it's mages. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's them, dude. It's them, 100%. Saya getting pelted down, breath, potentially stunned, walking out of it pretty quickly. Trying to keep the range damage onto Mies though, forcing him into a block. Saya actually taking a bit of decent damage though. Can go for a bit of recovery. First aid, and unless Mies can get like a phrase or a pet around the corner, not really going to be able to get around there nearly as easily. Poly to follow, as Mies just trying to see if he can take whatever buffs he can off of him. I don't think he can take any of the beneficial buffs, can he? Like a good Dawn Light or anything like that? Might be able to take like Eternal Flame or something. Maybe. Messiah just getting purge of buffs. He's going to go for an immunity at some point. Bubble potentially could come out. Mies does have a block. Lay in hands instead. Nope. Mies just got to live. Got to find a way to force a bubble unless it's a block. Alright, so now Saya has an advantage. Because he has regenerating. He has a bubble. And Mies has nothing. So unless you can just drop down big damage onto Saya, you continue to build up the damage of stars though. So that is, if anything, continuing on little by little. Does get shatter. Might need to go for a proper stun combo. You just need to get enough cooldowns to really get something out of Saya here. That's about all you can do. Try playing a little bit of that middle play though. Shooting power to get some cooldowns back. Maybe some shields. Does get shields. Poly, I think it's over still. Yeah. With Saya, it's a matter of time. And unless you can get some cooldowns off of it, it might be rough. Romaro God X up next. Trying to go for Searing Glare. Saya trying to go for a kick. Does not connect with that kick. But it's going to be Blessing of Sancto with Romaro Trinkets. Blind. Now he's going to hit him with his own medicine. Taste of his own medicine. Trying to go for Flash of Lights. Does not have a kick of his own. He did get juked earlier. Romaro tried to see if he could put some pressure aside. Does have a bubble in case he needs to any outs out of this. Blind to follow. Romaro with a Shield of Vengeance, trying to see if he can just maybe be a little careful with Saya. They own hands. That is a pretty big ability. Trying to go for a kick. Saya does not connect. But Romaro is super low. May have to go for a bubble. How are you just flash healing through it? Wait, you're so low in health. You might just have to bubble it. Does go for the bubble. For Saya could trade. That's a bubble for bubble trade. And Saya could be okay. He's trying to give a bubble just now. Because Romaro will be locked down in forbearance. Stun. I think we could bubble it and just end it. Yeah. Try to. Spell a Blessing of Sake. Romaro just trying to live now. He technically can go for a heal himself or a one more immunity. He got Spell Warden. If only he lives. Warlock Gateway. Doesn't matter. Normally I'm not a big fan of you guys taking the Gateway when it's not you or the Warlock using it. Well, if you're the Warlock and you use Gateway, I'm fine. If you use your team's Warlock's Gateway, I'm usually not a fan. But what else can you do? Sai just getting cleaned down. A couple of Glowing Shadows taking him out. We still got plenty of Team 2 to get through, dude. We got RJ Plus as well as Cobra. Which one of you boys is going to be first up, or next up, rather, versus Liam? We did use a lot of cooldowns just now. He did use a lot of things. Are you playing Rider or you're playing the Vampy build? Because normally I think I'd see a bunch of Riders next to you, but they might have just despawned. I can't tell. I can't actually tell. I guess we'll find out in a second here if I see like the A-bomb spawning in randomly. Oh no, I did see a Rider despawn. I did just see a Rider despawn, so you are a Rider. I guess it makes sense. As it's gonna be Leo trying to see if he can back away from Plush Cloak of Shadows by the Rogue. Just trying to see if he can wait it. The Rogue putting so much pressure on the death that DFA through the wall. DFA literally through the wall. He didn't even have a line of sight of you. He just jumped up in the air and decided, you know what? Face through the wall. Let me just separate my molecules a little bit so I can get in between the cracks of the wall. Leo with final bastion of defense together with a death pack rather. But I think he just secures his own death unless you got to heal right here, right now. Gotta go, thanks for the game. Sounds good, my man. Appreciate you popping in. Evasion now for Plush. Trying to see if you can take it. Does take him. Next up. Wait, no, Plush. Yeah, it's gonna be Rick. Immediately dodges him. Immediately dots him. Sheep shot on, or gouge rather, on the succubus. Or Shavara rather. Not bad, not bad. Stun around the corner with a succubus or Shavara catching it with a quick CC. Soulfire right after. Mortal to follow. Bolt. Bolt's huge. Lots of damage. I was thinking maybe double bolt. Because some of you guys could actually set it up sort of kinda. While waiting for the next person in a duel. Trinket out for Rick. Does go for the port. Plus, unless you can connect. Technically has a lot of damage, but I think he's just dead. Yeah, just dead. I don't even know what's melting him right now. But a bolt is gonna do it. I actually have no idea what was melting him. No clue. RJ, it's up to you, my man. Boomkin versus Destro. He can at least dot up the pets. So at least he can get some resources off of him. Lots of regrowths. And in Boomkin form, however, he can get Succubus CC'd. But in like cat form, bear form, he might be able to avoid it. That might not be that bad. Does get himself some dots looking through dodge. Rig just having to burn his own health in order to keep the Shavara afloat. Does catch him with the CC. Could go for a trinket. So far it's going to be a setup. Shadow Fear while it's midair. That's huge for him. Fear to follow. Maybe a trinket. Does go for the trinket. Full silence. And Rick does try to see if he can maybe glide behind the pillar. That is a ton of damage from Boomkin. Got him some plenty of mobility. Can he stay on him, though, is the question. Plenty of damage able to stay with a badge just pummeling the surges back into the guy. Mortal wall out for Rick with an Inferno Bolt. One. Fear to follow. Second bolt. Is that enough, though? No, it's not enough. Rick, I think, just dies to the dots. Rare J just needs his Moonfire, Sunfire. He lives this. Rick picking up Warlock Hellstone last second. Succubus to see around the corner. Does he have double bolt? He doesn't have the line of sight, though. Even if he has it, does not have line of sight. He can at least rip the soul out of the body of RJ. If you can clean that soul, double reduces healing and damage. So it'll put some pressure. Are you just dead? I think you are. One more star. I'm looking up to see the stars falling. Is it a star shower? Nope. I think he's alive. I'm surprised you're living. I think he's trying to see if he can set up a Succubus CC. Yeah. Trying to see if he can set up a Succubus CC. Another Warlock Hellstone, dude. One more for the road. One more for the road. Looking for that recovery, man. Looking for that recovery. Silence out by RJ. Not rooting Rick. Or not, if anything, the root just didn't hold. Bash. He does to reflect. But you don't really have too many abilities that can be reflected. At least that beam cannot be. Stun. Do you have a proper go here? Try to see if you can set it up. Mortal Coil. Bolt 1. Do you have a double bolt? Has a gateway instead. That's a bolt into gate. That's bolt. Yeah, bolt into gate. That's pretty good. That works out for him. You are dotted. You're gonna pull the pet back though for that. Yeah. At that point, summon a fresh one. Maybe the play because you can't be sacrificing that health. RJ has a lot of healing though. He has a ton of healing with a regrowth. So as long as he's got mana, he'll be a-okay. Dotting of that pet. And if that pet can get too close to Rick, you could potentially twin moons him. Does go for the first aid. With RJ just continuing to get himself regrowths back to back. That is a full recovery, full reset, and Rick does have a Warlock Hellstone. I'm actually surprised, dude. Normally, Boomkins don't really last that long in a 1v1, but RJ really is playing out to his class's strengths. He got that mobility, he's got burst damage, he's got a lot of healing, really playing out to the hybrid-based gameplay, which is so good for him. Got a bunch of damage for that pet with a Rats too. Maybe trying to see if he can get Rick possibly to fresh summon a new one. He's got to fresh summon a new one. But it gives RJ a chance at least to go for a couple of regrowths. If that pet spawns next to Rick, by the way, if he moonfires it, sunfires at the right time, you get some dot damage on him. Try to see if you can pull him over there with a second CC. Gives Rick an opportunity to at least close the gap. Trinket is available for RJ if he wants to use it. There's full burst available. Doesn't melt. I thought it was melt for a second. Silence on Rick with the root and everything. Locking him out. Trying to see if he can put some damage. Going for regrowths immediately. Barskin is up. Bored by Rick. Trying to get aggressive. Mortal Coil does not have a trinket anymore. Ripping the soul of his body. Bolt 1. Bash. While another Tempest is on him. Does have some damage. Instant cast back to back. Rick may just die to the dots. He's got Moonfire, Sunfire, Stars, and a Mushroom. I think it's just dead. I think it's just lights. Oh, last second Warlock Hellstone yet again. This Warlock will not go down no matter what it takes. He's still got wall and everything. RJ taking the gate, but does get caught with a Succubus C. Doesn't even matter. Fear by Rick just to make sure he got it locked in. Double bolt. Give the double bolt. Second bolt. Oh, yeah. There it is. And Cobra is just going to burn him down real quick back there. Real quick burn. This is going to be up next. We'll see how he does it. We'll see how he does it. Rolling in, quick in cap. Succubus catching a trinket, immediately zooming over to Cobra. Cobra with a trinket is going to be fist. Rolling back over behind the pillar. Cobra hitting him with a slow. Infernal is active. Is going to take a gateway right after. As he's still trying to see if he can just wait it out. Full Zuen is in play. If you can get on top of him, Zuen is in play. That could be massive. Get this fist ready, buddy. You got to live up to that name. Celestial Kandi, but the images are nowhere near him. That is the unfortunate situation. Images were nowhere near Cobra. I think he might have got a clip bite a little. More to call. If you were to follow, do you have double bolt? One bolt. Do you have a second one? Fort. Fist. I think you might be dead. Succubus. There's no way. It's not even a karma. Oh! I don't think it was even a bolt at the end. I think it was a shadow flame. Did the warlocks? They ain't dying. Saya did a lot of healing, but so did Rick. Look at the healing. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let's get us another one going, boys. Yeah. Uno más, uno más. We got ourselves time for at least one more. At least for one more. Plus, let me know when the boys are ready, or if you get my bodies. Let me know. One more for me. Good. Good. Get him queued up over in LFG. If you need my bodies, we'll do one more. Shower and work. All good. Yeah. Let's get one more, and then we'll let you go, man. We'll let you go so you can feel like a human being for a second. Afternoon. What's up, Shane? How you doing, my man? Welcome. Hope you're doing wonderful. Oh, dude, Blizzard been doing a bunch of interviews. There's one that's called Fun Detected Nerfs. Is that them talking about why they nerf and anything that's fun? Need one more. We need one more body for Team Rick. Boys, we got a spot. If y'all want to join in, we got one right here. I'll give you guys a second. If y'all want to join in, we got a spot for Rick. Otherwise, who else can invite, man? I asked, where is the... Who's Gabu? Gabaluku. I asked, Ready? No mind. I was gonna look for somebody. Grain. I was trying to find Grain's name. У нас будет еще бой один, только один. Еще один и закончим. Хорошо, Кобри? Один, please один. Letting Cobra know we're doing one more. Let's send it to a, I say Blade's Edge, so... Let's do a last one in the Grand, yeah? Last one in the Grand. The Grand. As even of a map as I can get it. Boys, have fun, yeah? One more for the night, boys. We'll be back tomorrow for more duels, though. Don't you worry. We'll definitely be back more tomorrow. But for now, let's do an ONYXIA. One more, real quick, boys, real quick. Otherwise, I got food waiting for me and all that good stuff. Got around for tomorrow, mate? All good. We'll figure somebody who could, chat. If Johnny will be around tomorrow, if somebody else can be here to help us do groups, Saya, Jay, Rick, anybody would work, man. Anybody would work. We just need somebody to do groups for him. All good, Or Cobra could do it. Cobra, ты будешь там завтра, потому что нам нужно кто-то, кто будет лидер в команде. Делай группы, как его? Делай группы. I'll be out tomorrow. All good. No worries. If you guys got stuff we gotta do, you guys got stuff we gotta do. Which, no issues whatsoever. Saya, dude, I gotta start working on this mount. I only have like 4 shards. I need like 6 more. I gotta get it because I feel like everybody has it at this point. By this point of the expansion, and apparently you can get them through. There's like some easy farming spots. It only takes you a few more hours. So I might just have to do that, or apparently you can get them through delves too. Apparently I should just start doing delves on alts that don't have gear, and then do delves in Isle of Dorn. Apparently you can get those quite a bit there as well. AMZ down for Leo. Try to see if you can get away from Saya. Bubble down for Saya. That is a big immunity for Saya, actually. Hold on. That was all of Leo's bursts, and Saya burned the biggest defensive he's had. That's actually a lot. That's a lot to commit there. So Leo, try to see if you just catch up to Saya. Try to continue the pressure, the damage, but it's going to be another Wake of Ashes. Leo just got to be very careful to Wake pre-AMS and to make sure he doesn't get Dawn Lights on him, if at all possible. And it looks like Saya used Dawn Light double on himself. just to give himself a lot of plenty of healing. So that's actually good for him. Random proc wings are just attached to somebody else. It's attached to Mies there, unfortunately. Blessing a Saint over for Saya with another blind for Leo. This is how to deal with the Searing Glare. He got himself Shield of Vengeance, stun onto Leo, who got IBF. And Leo got damage coming up somewhat soon as silence on the Saya. Hold on! Hold on! Lay on hands! Saya almost died to a silence there. Hold on a second. He doesn't have cooldowns yet, but Saya is still taking lots of consistent damage. Going for the Dawnlights on himself just to keep himself alive and healthy here. Leo trying to see if he can back up behind the pillar. Maybe looking for potential death pack just to give himself more health to work with. If he death packs himself, yep, early, and then maybe pre-AMS is a stun, it would be really hard for Saya to keep the pressure. The Rider Stop and regenerating is some great stuff though. And Leo pre-AMS, spell warded for Saya. That's actually huge. Wait, Leo just gotta live. Saya needs to press in the offensive. He has nothing left out of this. Leo just gotta find a way to live. Stun, huge for Saya. Searing Glare, also huge for him. But next time Leo has a proper go, it's gonna be very deadly for Saya. Stun, full burst, everything is available. He's just melting him. Silence, nothing he can do. Nowhere to go. Hold on a second, Leo takes it. Oh my goodness. He takes it, gripping the booby, but he got himself that little disengage, the back jump, the wild charge, the little back jump. Yeah, but Leo's gonna take a lot of damage back there. Does sacrifice the goal while the dampening is not super high. Man, have you guys seen the buffs coming to Death Knights, by the way? They're making that Death Strike, improved Death Strike, full value in PvP. It actually might be somewhat doable. And maybe even usable. Somewhat bearable. AMZ down. Unless you have AMS, there's going to be a lot of damage. AMS down. Looking for a heal. Technically has himself a partial go, and Leo just needs to live. I don't know if he'll be able to. He might just die back there. Ram or RJ got himself a lot of damage onto Leo. Lots of dot damage back there. He's trying to see if he can cut across. Moonfire, Sunfire. It's all going to be painful. Leo can maybe AMS. Grip, IBF is available. Silence on RJ. Full burst is also available as well. If he has AMS, he does have AMS. He just needs to make sure he has himself the range and angles. Make sure when he has his full burst, he has something to work with. May have to wait out until Death Pack. I don't know if he lives this, but Death Pack needs to come out soon. 3, 2, 1. Death Pack insta. You have to. I think you have to. Any proc will just kill you. You have to Death Pact it now. You have to Death Pact it. You just can't let that regen keep you alive, right? What are you doing? Death Pact it now. I guess the boom kit is in... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say the boom kit is in stealth, but you did AMS just in case he gets an open army out of nowhere. Do go for the mount. Root around the corner. Grip. I think you just have to have a go. You have to have a go now. You have to do it. Blind. He doesn't have a trinket. This could be a proper go here. RJ is going to take a lot of damage. That's a full Templar pillar. He's just in bear form, trying to go for healing. You got to maybe another grip. Another grip is available. Keep the damage rolling as much as possible. RJ's taking lots of damage, but so are you. That's so much damage by the boom kit, though. Dude, boomies do a lot of damage. If you set it up correctly, you do a ton. With Ralph is going to be up next. Got himself full Wake of Ashes, dropping the damage onto RJ, who doesn't have much to work with now. Did have to use a lot versus the Death Knight, which is, like, you know, warranted. Honestly, got him so bare form. That is a Dawn Light, though. I mean, what do you do in that situation? Maybe if he can catch a couple of Regos behind the pillar, he might be okay, but it's tough, man. Wild Grow or Frenzy Regen, that helps a bunch. Yep, helps a bunch. You can just back away. Hand of Freedom up for Ralphus for a while. Maybe you eventually could root him with silence and stuff. That could work, possibly. That was good for a root. No Hand of Freedom. He was an opportunity. Hold on a second. He caught himself a couple of heals. Catches himself a heal or two, which is wonderful. Beautiful. As Ralph trying to see if he can get himself that angle versus RJ. If he could do it, does go for the bash. Trinket to follow. Trinket right after. Does back away for a second. Little back jump. Trying to go for a clone. No kick. No kick, no kick, no kick, no kick. Ralph is waiting for that kick until late second. Oh, man, the jukes. Sometimes you try to juke and it's just like they just keep pummeling you. Just keep pummeling you. Oh, man, the random proc judgment at the end, too, with the last tick of Dawn Light. That is rough, man. But yeah, when you try to juke them and they just don't kick and they just keep hammering and hammering and hammering, nothing you can do. Ralph does end up burning a bubble really early versus Plus, though. But Plus not committing too many cooldowns. But if he goes in for all in, I think there's nothing a Paladin can do at this moment. We still do have 4 over for the team 1, however. We have Ralph, we have Rick, we have Mies, as well as iFist. This is going to be a stun. Got himself a cheap shot to follow. Plus, doesn't it burning a trigger for this one, so he's committing, I think. Committing full pressure. Maybe big DFA. Does get a big eviscerate. Lay on hands, just continue to fight through it. Still Shadow Blaze is active. Do you have the DFA, or do you just get like a normal setup? Try to see if you keep the pressure going in. Blind right after. Do you have the damage? Oh, DFA is in! Oh, it is enough. It is enough. I love how flashy DFA looks there. It looks great. Destro, Rick, gonna be up next. Try to get some dots going under flush. This is just gonna back him out behind the pillar. Still rotting though. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say you are a Hellcaller. I was gonna ask, are you a Hellcaller? You are. You are. There's a cooldown that literally gives it away. Literally gives it all away. Succubus around the corner though. It does kind of park. Actually, if you stayed behind the pillar where you were, I think it might have kept you in place. But with a stone double bolt, there's nothing. Nothing you can do. That's a cheat death right there. He does go for the vanish. Cheat literally the only thing keeping him alive there at the end. Man, dude, that succubus caught you in such a rough spot. It is a rough pet to deal with, man. For Warlock, it is a huge, huge advantage. This is going to catch you again, isn't it? No. No, now he picked up the eyes. Now it sees you. He just positioned the succubus around the corner. Try to see if you can find it. It is just around the corner. Oh, this is good. Actually, when you're up against the wall, it doesn't have you move. So at least a few precious seconds of that succubus CC get wasted. Could be worse, right? Could be worse. Double bolt, maybe? No. Does give Flush an opportunity to at least catch advantage. Port out for Rick. Does go for the quick Shadow Strike. Kidden Shot connects. Trick to follow for Rick. Does get himself a dark pack. Flush does not have a Cloak of Shadows. Does have his soul ripped out of his body for a second. I don't think he can go reconnect with it. Nope. Not really. A little too far away. There's going to be damage though. Hold on. Rick could be in trouble. Hold on a second. Rick actually could be under a lot of trouble. Made to wall. Made to use everything here. Does not use a wall just yet. Stun short. Wait. Flush. Short stun. Trinkets. Blind. Both are so low. Cloak of Shadows for Flush very soon. Cloak. Oh no. He had evasion. Wait. Cloak and evasion might have let him live. Oh, that was so clutch. That was so close. Rick was playing with fire, man. Actually playing with fire. Damn, that is so much pressure at the end there. He had seconds left on our cloak. I don't think it was up. I don't think it was up. I think he already used Sipping Cup and everything. Reflect up for Cobra. There's nothing Rick can do. He does wall here. Rick not walling versus Rogue. I mean, the nerves of steel just to keep himself alive like that. It's crazy. Does send a Warlock more to call at Cobra, but I mean, he's taking them out fairly quickly. Succubus catching Mies immediately. Cobra does go for the Fury right after. Breath to follow. Trying to see if he can stun him. Trying to see if he can trade the CC. Does get stunned on a trinket. That is unfortunate for Cobra. That is super unfortunate. Does end up walling this damage. I think he was trying to wait for the stun to finally solidify and then trinket, but he trinketed right before it solidified. I think he tried to time it, but didn't quite work, so got hit with a full CC, which is super unfortunate. That goes the Overlord, dude. I love the way that dude runs. Shut up like the Doom guy just runs in just to hammer you down. What is that thing, dude? Apparently that thing is supposed to also have a range animation where you just tosses the axe if you can't reach him. I don't know if that consistently works or not. I'm assuming it does for PvE content. Or maybe in fights where like you can't reach the boss. Maybe. Just so it always lands its hits. Because it used to be all melee, dude. You used to just not be able to reach things. Imagine that on a fight like... Gonna be obscure one for many of you, but Sire Denothrius, where you have like all these platforms where you have to like Warlock gateway across or get knocked to the other platform. You can't just sleep over unless you're Demon Hunter. Or like a monk, I guess, could with that little like rush thing they could do, a little dash they could do midair. That's the only class that might be able to do it now. For Ray of Frost together with, I was trying to say Ring of Frost, but that's not even Ring of Frost. Snowdrift together with the Frost Ray, together with the Storm, together with the Comets, together with the Meteor. The Comet Meteor, the Storm Meteor, dropping it all down on him. Not enough to take down Cobra. I keep trying to find a good angle here with the camera, but just ain't doing it. Procs onto Cobra though are strong though. Hold on. Cobra under pressure. Nether Tempest for a second. And Mies, I think, trying to see if he can spell steal if possible. Just needs a couple more globals. Just needs one more. The Flurry does do it, man. With Envy, last one left, needs to add Mies. Oh, that Storm Bolt blanks it though, so it doesn't even do anything. Polly reflected back at him. Spear down. That is a full block, however. Wait, Mies, you just hit Envy with a falling star. while you were blocked, right? I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Literally hit him with a star while he was mid-block. That is wild. Actually kind of wild. As me does himself a little bit of damage. Yeah, look at those stars. They're building up a bit of damage, little by little. They're building up a bit. Warbreaker, I don't think it quite connects with Mies, dude. He got himself a short knock away from Envy, just far enough to walk away. Fiora into Mies does go for the trinket. Envy, I don't know what else you can do. You have to parry. You just have to parry to live. I think it's just over, though. Yeah, even if you parried, I don't think there's anything you can do. Mies brings it back for his team, though. Well done, well done. I do also love seeing how close it got between Plush and Rick, but also the duel between the Warlock, the Paladin and the Death Knight. The back and forth, man, was really, really awesome to see. Alrighty, boys. Call it here, man. Call it here for the night. I gotta get myself some food, all that good jazz. Привет из Узбекистана. Здорово, здорово, Узбекистан. Привет с Америки. Я живу в Америке. Здорово. Узбекистан. Где это там? Даже не знаю. Мои карты не помню чуть-чуть там. But yo, thank you boys so much. Bye. Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you, boys. GG's. Tomorrow we do more. We'll need somebody to take place of Plush to lead a group. Anybody can do it. But we'll be doing more tomorrow. So be back, boys. Be back. We're going to be doing more. So if you didn't get to play tonight, you'll be able to play tomorrow. I'll see if Rain can join in. I'll see if Judy wants to join in. Is he never going to play today at all? But yo, thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'm going to leave you guys off with a good song, I think. Hold on. What's a good one? Devil. Devil is a good song. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a good Christian channel listening to the song named Devil. That's fun, right? Yep, yep. GG's. Кобри, будем больше на EU. Если хочешь, может быть, если хочешь, может быть, лид, потому что Plush не будет завтра. Нам нужен кто-то, кто может lead группу. Letting Cobra know in his mother tongue. We'll need somebody to lead. If he wants to do it, he can. All that. Mages are cringe. I guess Warriors for sure. There's just not a lot you can do, man. When one of the Leos a rematch, yeah, for sure. Завтра будет, да, завтра будет. See you tomorrow, boys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. I catch all you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, boys. Peace.
Oh my God, you are the devil. So hard to save. Hallowed by my love for you, always stop me going under. Follow every step I take, cause our walls are coming down. God, you are the devil, running through my mind. I can't get on your level. I swear to God I tried. I am not at this man. Turn around and turn ahead. You cannot be anymore. Oh my God, you are the devil. In the back of my head and I'm dead. I got the devil inside me and everything there is.